For you here for this pregame show this evening. We'll have goaltending coach of the Tar Heels, Bruno Bode, join us here shortly, as well as head coach of the Virginia Tech Hokies, Joey Mullen, to talk a little bit about the Hokies. We mentioned UNC hasn't played in over 50 days, so it's going to be an interesting test here against Virginia Tech, but perhaps a good opponent to have because the Hokies, they have played some games recently, in fact, as recently as 10:15 last night out in Winston-Salem against the Demon Deacons of Wake Forest. So a quick turnaround for the Hokies. They did pick up the win against Wake Forest last night after dropping a pair to the Bobcats of Ohio University last weekend, but I think it's nice for the Tar Heels. It's going to be a challenge split their first two meetings with, but will be a good day. Take to it for warm-ups. We're going to stay Heels, Bruno Bode with us. This is UNC.
Here's a slaps on Tipton, they score. What a play by Cole Kasowski, the transfer from San Diego State.
He loves to see the face of Justin.
Right. Kasowski, the goal scorer for Carolina, drops for Winfrey, they score. Temkin had it, but lost it, trickles in, and it's a 2-1 lead for Carolina. Samote sends it to the blue line. Here's Gleason, he'll fire a shot, and it leaks past Temkin, they score. 3-1 to score. Samoten led the line back to the bench. It looks like he's going to be the one who takes credit for the goal. Oh, what a save! No, they score. I thought he kept the rebound out, but Friedman put it past him, and it's 4-1 Carolina. Oh, what a move by Mahan. A snipe, he got the water bottle. Can't even be mad about that. Nothing Temkin can do. 5-3 game.
But what a shot. Oh, what a shot.
Edwards behind everybody. Onside. The shot they score.
Dagger.
Off against the Virginia Tech Hokies. Chris Lehman now joined by goalie coach of the Tar Heels, Bruno Bode. Bruno, I want to talk to you first about this goaltending tandem this year. Joel Hughes and Lucas Brown. Lucas, of course, will play tomorrow. Joel in net tonight. Big shoes to fill with Will Douthit leaving the team, graduating last year. How has this tandem done this year? It seems like they're kind of the unsung heroes at times.
They are very much so, and actually they couldn't be more different in their style. One plays very, very aggressive, one who to put in net, looking at whose strategy faces the best against the opposing team. Really, we're very, very lucky in that sense.
Well, and there's also a pretty big difference in the age there as well.
Certainly.
Joel's been around a little bit longer, a freshman, and Lucas. Is there any kind of difference in the approach to the way you talk to them and coach them because of that?
Well, I would say that Joel has a lot of his military background that comes in, so a lot of the discipline that goes along with that, the physicality, the strategy that goes along with seeing the entire playing field. Lucas had a very, very extensive career pre-UNC, so he brings a lot of, I would say, more technical abilities and bringing really that to the team. So where one sees a certain aspect, it's really interesting how the other one brings completely their different.
Goaltending coach of the Tar Heels. One last question for you, Bruno, and it's just in regards to the relationship you have with these guys. Obviously, it's not a Division I team. It's not like you're going to see them every day, get to talk to them all the time. So how do you keep up with your goaltenders and kind of build a week?
So I'd say with goaltenders, it's a lot of letting them figure out their own pace at the same time. Micromanaging goaltenders is an impossibility, so you really want them to explore the position, develop that relationship. So it would involve whether text messages, but it's a lot of discussion on the ice. It's a lot of working on what is your expectation, what is your goal for this practice, and how can we build on that?
And I'll throw one more at you, just real quick for you. In terms of game time coaching and in-game coaching, you kind of talked about the strategy there in practice. What kind of conversations do you have with your netminders during the game?
So during the game, my biggest philosophy is never coach during a game, right? They're at their own pace. They want to find their own speed. But it's all about, if you look at the tweaks between periods, we'll talk about maybe looking at the big shooters out there. But for the most part, you let them do their thing.
All right, Bruno, thanks for taking some time. We're going to step aside, but more coming for you here on our pregame show. Head coach of the Virginia Tech Hokies, Joey Mullen, going to join us here in just a moment. Tar Heels hockey coming your way soon.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
You.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000. TalkaboutVaping.org.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
The world is online, and we're all connected. While there's a lot to it, internet's safe. You. Learn how you can stay safe online at dhs.gov/stop-think-connect.
Chris Lehman back with you here at the Orange County Sportsplex. Tar Heels and Hokies getting prepped to square off here. Coach Mullen, I want to start by talking about just your team overall this year. Got about the same number of wins as losses, and its losses holding that kind of around state. How has the season gone so far for you, and how do you feel about where your team is right now?
I think it's been a bit of a roll.
Times this Virginia Tech team, seasoned, experience, very good. How does that kind of change when you don't have quite as many upperclassmen as maybe you're used to?
I think you got to change the way you play a little bit. You change the way you coach a little bit. The kids now are definitely coached differently, so you got to learn what buttons you can put with certain kids, and it can be a challenge.
All right, well, I mentioned earlier the Tar Heels haven't played in 54 days. For you, though, lots quicker turnaround for your team. It was a 10-15 start in Winston-Salem last night, so less than 24 hours later, you're playing another game. How do you kind of manage the energy level for your team when you play so late and then have to turn around and play the next day?
I mean, that's tough. You try to get back to the hotel as fast as you can and get some sleep. It's kind of hard to unwind after a game, so we got them out of the hotel as late as we could this morning. Easy drive over, which wasn't bad, so it's only about an hour. So they've been here, they got a good warm-up, so hopefully they're ready to go.
All right, well, as you get ready to take on the Tar Heels, you played them twice already this year. One win for UNC, one win for your team. What do you need to do today? What does your team need to do to win this rubber match?
Play solid defensively. I think it's been our biggest Achilles heel all year. We got a lot of offensive defensemen, so can bite you here and there. So if we can play a solid defensive game, the offense has been there pretty much all year.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time and good luck here today.
Thank you.
That's head coach Joey Mullen of the Virginia Tech Hokies. We're going to step aside again here on the pregame. We'll come back and talk a little bit more about the Tar Heels as they get warmed up to take on the Virginia Tech Hokies. More Carolina hockey on the way next.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's up?
Do we have a gun?
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Advice for future agents. Oh, hold on to your seat, guys. It's gonna be an amazing ride. It's tough at first. That first year is always tough, but you work hard and you can play hard. So if you can just stick with it, especially through that first year, every year after will be very abundant. So don't give up. This is a long ride, not a little short one.
You come to us with a license, a phone, a car, a laptop, work ethic and personality, and your businesses can grow from there.
The foundation, the leads, the leadership. I feel like the leadership here is great at Health Markets, and I'm very happy to be here. It's a great opportunity for any individual that would like to be in sales.
Do not minimize the power of the collective. When one has an issue, we all work on it and we figure it out. And that was something that was unique to me, to be in a room where everybody's competitive, but yet Health Market structure is such that you encourage and help each other. Through the lead system they have, there's no competition. As a matter of fact, probably double agents and still not satisfy the need that today's consumer has for accurate health insurance information. There's no concern on any of our part. As a matter of fact, we just can't get to all the clients. So come on in, the water's fine.
It's your choice how you want to take your business, where you want to do it, how you want to grow it. It's your baby. Health Markets has unlimited resources. I worked at many jobs before where they didn't have the resources that I needed to be as successful as I would like to be. At Health Markets, I call it a mini franchise. All you have to do is plug and play. It's all there for you, from leads to websites to Facebook to training. You can do your whole career and learn everything you ever needed to learn right there from our resource center.
I find a lot of gratitude in this job because I'm able to, on a daily basis, help individuals. The money that I'm able to save their families and the protection that I'm able to give them has been very rewarding for me personally, because I have a huge heart towards helping and serving others, and this job definitely has given me the opportunity to meet that need for myself in serving them and taking care of their families.
I like to say that we cover you from head to toe, including your eyes and teeth, without costing you an arm and a leg. That's the Health Markets difference.
Advice.
We're back at the Orange County Sportsplex. You get a look up close at the Virginia Tech Hokies getting loose. We're minutes away from puck drop between your Tar Heels and the Hokies. Couple guys on the other end of the rink we want to talk about for North Carolina that I think are worth highlighting coming into this game. One of them, one of the leaders on this team, is Henry Foster, number 81. 22 points in 18 games with this team so far this year. 11 goals, 11 assists, but perhaps his most notable stat is 5 shorthanded goals, second most nationally at the Division II level for the Tar Heels. So he's been great on the penalty kill. He's just been a strong overall leader for this team. The other guy to keep an eye on, Patrick O'Shaughnessy, also 22 points. He's done it in one less game than Foster. 16 goals for him in those 22 points, which is good enough to be second nationally at the Division II level. And when you extrapolate out to the other divisions in men's ACHA hockey, he is sixth nationally as a freshman. So some really, really strong offensive numbers from the Tar Heels, and that's going to be important. We talked, of course, earlier on myself and then again with head coach Mullen of the Hokies about that short turnaround for this team. As you heard, they stayed in Winston-Salem last night. I think that's the right decision. You get back to the hotel as quickly as you can, leave as late as you can, and as he mentioned as well, convenient to not have to go too far on the drive to get here today. But you're going to have to expect there are some tired legs after playing a 10-15 puck drop last night against Wake Forest. They did pick up the win, but I think if North Carolina can get on top of this team early, you heard Coach Mullen talk about, he's got some defensemen that like to be aggressive, a little more offensive-minded. If the Tar Heels can get behind the defense, set up that forecheck when they don't get in and get a good chance initially, I think they're going to have a lot of success here today against the Hokies. Should be a good one, though. Each of these teams has beat the other once this season so far, looking to finish out the season series. One of these teams hoping to come away with the win. We've got a little less than 5 minutes until these two teams take to the ice, so we're going to take one more quick break. When we come back here to the Orange County Sportsplex, we'll be just about set for the puck drop. It's the North Carolina Tar Heels and the Virginia Tech Hokies here on the YouTube.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous.
He's here. He's here. Wait. What?
I can't drive.
Why? My. Oh.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You can ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
From the top of D.H. Hill Library.
Don Diablo. Oh yeah, this is actually in my studio.
WKNC HD3 Raleigh.
Hey, what's up and what's going on, folks? This is Kid Kinetic, your boy up here at the top of the hour. And guess what I got? A treat that's too sweet to beat.
This is Wolf Bites Radio.
Oh, that's really sweet.
NC State.
Each year, hurricanes and major flooding threaten cities, towns, and rural homes across the Gulf states. So chances are there will be more storms and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I don't.
Well, they're just about set to drop the puck here in Hillsborough, North Carolina. Chris Lehman back with you at the Orange County Sportsplex. Hokies and Tar Heels getting set to square off for the third time this season. As we mentioned a couple times, both teams with a win against the other, so it'll be interesting to see who is able to win this rubber match here this evening. Well, we talked a little bit about some of the Tar Heels that we're going to keep an eye on during the course of this hockey game. I want to highlight a couple of players as well on the Virginia Tech side, particularly to keep an eye on the offensive side of the rink here this evening, and that's going to be first and foremost the captain of this team, one of those 6 seniors that Coach Mullen mentioned, Nick Masura. It feels like he's been around for a long time with Virginia Tech. He's got a lot of experience, and he's second on the team in points coming into this game. So you're going to look to him both at, just as a leader in general, but also on the offensive side of the ice. The only player ahead of him in points, and it's only by one, is Gavin Paduzzi, who we'll keep an eye on as well, number 12, and Miles Walther, number 14. Those are really kind of the 3 that drive the offense for Virginia Tech. We'll keep an eye on them. The Hokies coming out in their burgundy uniforms with orange and white trim. Tar Heels in their white with Carolina blue and navy blue trim on their jerseys. They'll move right to left here in period number 1. And a couple of those players we mentioned to keep an eye on going to be out there to start this game. Henry Foster for North Carolina. Miles Walther on the left side of your screen there, number 14 for Virginia Tech. It'll be Hogan to take the faceoff for North Carolina up against Matt Tullo for Virginia Tech, and we're underway here in the first period. Foster gains the red line, sends it deep, and net is Ian Key today for Virginia Tech. Nice hit from Friedman here in the near corner. Hokies able to get it out and send it deep anyhow. Back behind the UNC net. Collected by the Hokies, sent out in front. Tullo unable to direct it on net. And here comes North Carolina with some speed. It's Friedman down the left wing. He'll look to the middle. That pass hits the skate of number 10, Eric Slater, and the Hokies turn it back around again. Walther straight up the middle. He'll be forced down into the right corner. Looks to the middle. And it'll wrap all the way around the wall and back to the blue line. Hokies hold the zone for the moment. Cleared out now by UNC. Trevor Kellogg for Virginia Tech gets it deep, and the Hokies will get a change. They'll hold it on the right wing. Carrying it down, Paduzzi fires one into the glass behind. Slap shot back near the blue line blocked. UNC a chance to get out in transition. Kozowski leads the team in points. Couldn't track that one down. Virginia Tech will reset as they send it deep. Jack Gleason. Rink-wide pass for Misha Saboden, looking to hand it off there for O'Shaughnessy, who has to track it down and can't maintain control. Lanigan for Virginia Tech. Sends it up the wall and deep. Gleason the first to it for North Carolina. D-to-D pass sent right back to him. It looks like a little bit of bad ice over in there, a little patchy. Couple players going down. Puck still behind the North Carolina net as they scrum for it. Wrapped up the wall and out by North Carolina. Kozowski on the second effort. Sends it back to the near boards. Virginia Tech first to it. They'll send it deep. Jack Gleason tracks it down. Goes rink wide again, and now North Carolina sends it all the way the length of the ice. No icing, as getting to it before the red line is Trevor Kellogg. Forces it up that left wall. Tar Heels able to keep it in. Leighton Walsh at the blue line gets a stick to it. Winning that battle, though, is Virginia Tech. Fantozzi down the left wing. Throws it off the pads of Joel Hughes. Directed back behind the net now by Salvato. Virginia Tech doing a good job in the offensive end right now. Forecheck has been strong, and they've had a lot of zone time. Forced back behind the net again. First to it, Walsh shovels it up the wall, but it's not going to get out. Wrapped right back around. First one to it for Virginia Tech as Rocco Salvato sends one through the crease. Nobody there in a burgundy jersey. Tar Heels still trying to get it out and can't. Good job holding the line there by Virginia Tech. UNC eventually able to get control. They need a line change, though, so they'll send it up ice and do so. Swatting it in Saboden now, or pardon me, Walsh, and he'll go off for a change. Key sets it on a tee. It's hidden back there. Oh, there's a little rut there, and Virginia Tech didn't see it. Tar Heels send it out in front. Can't get a shot away, though. Almost a great break for North Carolina as Key just set it there, and you could barely see it in that rut up against the wall. Ended for Sam Eyes. It's on and off his stick. Virginia Tech sends it back to the Tar Heel blue line where UNC controls. Zajic sends it up, and it's deflected into the netting and out of play. Interesting to see where this faceoff comes to. It'll go back to the Tar Heel blue line here on the near side. 16:53 to go in period number 1. Still looking for the icebreaker here at the Orange County Sportsplex. Tullo on the faceoff against, I believe that was Michael Vaglia for the Tar Heels. One backwards by Virginia Tech, but it's the Tar Heels going to get to it first. Vaglia along the near wall, pressuring Walther, can't come away with it, and the Hokies break it out. Matt Tullo looking to the middle, given right back to him in his skates, and he can't find it until it's behind the net. Swatted around the wall. That pass, though, denied. Zajic there for the Tar Heels. Centering pass now intercepted by David Mahan. He's going to lug it out with some speed. Here come the Tar Heels. Quick snapshot, and it whistles just over the blocker of Ian Key, and back behind. It'll wrap around the wall. Stuck in, well, looked like he had stuck in the jersey of a Virginia Tech player, I believe C.J. Hathaway. And the whistle at dead. Should be an offensive zone faceoff for North Carolina here. Actually, they're going to take it out on top of the Virginia Tech blue line. Hogan to take the draw for North Carolina. He'll be up against Gavin Peduzzi of Virginia Tech. Hogan swats it forward. Tech will control in the near corner. Rung around the boards by Kellogg and all the way out. Tar Heel defense sends it right back in. That was Simon Malone sending it on goal. Directed out by Key. Virginia Tech moves it along now. Griffin Mudge bodied off the puck. Nick Masura there to help out, though. He'll go back to Mudge. Looking things over, slaps it caddy corner into the near side corner. Virginia Tech setting up again in the offensive end. Done a really good job. North Carolina has struggled to break out and get any clean movement up the ice. Worked around to the far wall. Virginia Tech there again. Brian Hogan to the open puck for North Carolina. He finds Gleason on the near side, shoveled up the wall, and again, not cleared. Tar Heels pinned in their own end right now. Malone knocked down hard from behind. He's slow getting up. Tar Heels want a penalty, and they will get one as there's a hand up, dumped in on goal. Key will touch it, and North Carolina going to get the first power play of the game, a roughing call. And it'll be a 2-minute power play. Guilty party is Nick Masura. Tar Heels have had a pretty strong power play throughout the course of this season. Golden opportunity here about 5 minutes in to open up the scoring. Patrick O'Shaughnessy out there with Hogan, Foster, Kozowski, and Winfrey. So that'll be the Tar Heels 5 for the power play. Rocco Salvato will take the draw for Virginia Tech against O'Shaughnessy. He's also got Ben List out there with Matt Veneri, as well as Dominic Fantozzi. So those are the 4 killing the penalty for Virginia Tech. Looks like a little bit of confusion on the clock. Should get reset. 15-12 left in the period. They'll reset it to 15-11, not too far off. And now they need to add the penalty to it. But a quick pause here. This will be, we talked about the chance here just it being a power play. North Carolina has not had a lot of time in the offensive zone either. And here's a chance to change that. Salvato and O'Shaughnessy on the face-off. One to the near boards. Hogan controls, and North Carolina sets up the power play. Walking the blue line, Winfrey. Back to the top of the circle, O'Shaughnessy. Down low, Hogan. One-touch pass. Off the skate of Foster, he finds Winfrey. O'Shaughnessy again. Rips a shot. Sounded like it hit the mask of Key. Still loose in the slot. Foster gets a stick to it. Now it'll be cleared up and out by Matt Veneri all the way down to Joel Hughes. Couple of good chances there for North Carolina early on the power play. 25 seconds gone on the man advantage. They'll break it back up the near left wing. O'Shaughnessy with some speed to the middle for Foster. High slot shot. Blocker save made by Ian Key. Pressing in Hogan. Can't win that battle. Now it'll be cleared up and out. Hathaway knocked down. He wanted a penalty there on O'Shaughnessy and didn't get it. But he was able to get it up and out. So North Carolina will reset again. Down to 1:12 left on the power play. Winfrey circling with it. Looking for a good option up and out. Move forward now for Foster. He's got space through the neutral zone. To the near side wing, Hogan. Into the corner, he'll stop. Halfway through the power play now. Back up top, Winfrey. Wrist shot off the shin pads of C.J. Hathaway, and this one will slide out to the blue line, but not out as Kozowski keeps it in. Near wall now, O'Shaughnessy on the hashes. Down into the corner, O'Shaughnessy takes a hit, but finds Foster. Foster walks it back up the wall, switching places with O'Shaughnessy. Now to the middle, high slot from Winfrey. Whistles it wide and off the boards. Down to the last 35 seconds of the man advantage. Puck still in the offensive zone for North Carolina. Turning, pass up to O'Shaughnessy from Winfrey. His shot hit a skate. I believe that was Hogan's skate, and Virginia Tech escapes. They'll clear it out and change up the penalty kill. Down to 20 seconds left on the man advantage for North Carolina. Joel Hughes goes long with it, but right to the Virginia Tech defense, and Lanigan sends it back out. Tar Heels knock it down in neutral ice. Under 10 seconds to go. Joel Hughes letting his team know that the power play running out. So North Carolina 0 for 1 now on the man advantage. See if they can translate this zone time into some offensive zone pressure at 5-on-5. Haven't had that so far. Lanigan again behind his own net. Looking things over. He's going to send a stretch pass forward, looking for Masuro. It's going to glide right in on Joel Hughes. He's got to cover up with Masuro leading the chase to it. And with 12:52 left in the first period, Virginia Tech will have an offensive zone draw after killing the penalty. Tech has looked strong here early. If you're North Carolina, I think you'd love to do something and get on the board early, get the lead, but I think most importantly, if you can keep it even, eventually the energy level is going to drop here for Virginia Tech. Shot off the draw, hit a body in front. I believe it was Gleason who went down with the block. He's limping back to the bench, but a nice job sacrificing the body there from Gleason, who heads to the bench. Icing called on the Tar Heels after they clear at the length of the rink. And they'll do it again in front of Joel Hughes. .12:43 on the first period clock. Leighton Walsh to take the draw for North Carolina. It's won backwards, though, by Rocco Salvato of the Hokies. Unable to hold the zone there at the blue line. Now North Carolina can send it deep. And with the pressure, Zach Mangle in that far corner. Knocked off the puck by Noah Kamen. Hokies send it around the wall, but Kendrick Holmes keeps it in. He sent it around behind the net. Nobody on the far side, so Dominic Fantozzi lugs it out and sends it deep for Virginia Tech. They'll chase it down on the near wall. Wrapped around behind the UNC net. Collected by Ben Edwards, looking forward. It's deflected to the near side. Now Mahan has space on the left wing. Trying to work his way around Veneri, who does a nice job getting his skates on that puck and shutting down the Tar Heel attack. Virginia Tech sends it back down into the UNC end. Kendrick Holmes chips it up into neutral ice. Virginia Tech going to have to check up with a delayed offsides. That'll give North Carolina a chance to set up the breakout, but Virginia Tech right back on them. Up the near wall, deflected back into the middle. Kendrick Holmes will chase it down in the far corner. Backhands it behind the net for Edwards. He'll look up the wall. Hit a skate, deflected back to Edwards, looking to clear it up the middle. That's knocked down by Conrad of Virginia Tech. Tried to force it to the middle, and now North Carolina can get up and out. Some speed working here for Mahan. He'll chip and chase. Now, pardon me, that's Kewan Duig, who will actually be our first intermission guest. Getting some action here now. Duig with pressure, getting help from Vaglia. Now Sam Ives along the wall. Chipped back deep. Virginia Tech to it defensively. Eric Slater looking to clear up the far wall and does. Chasing it down for Virginia Tech. A chance in close. Big save made by Hughes. That was Matt Tullo with the opportunity. Hughes stayed with it. And North Carolina will keep it even at a scoreless draw for now. 10:57 to go in the first period. Still looking for some good 5-on-5 chances from North Carolina. They had a strong power play, plenty of zone time. They were able to get into some dangerous areas and just weren't able to score. But 5-on-5, it has been almost all Virginia Tech here lately. Aaron's shot will give North Carolina another chance to get up and out. They don't get much further than the blue line. Masuro turns it around for Virginia Tech, working through pressure, sends it to the middle, off the stick of Hughes, still loose in front. Down goes a Hokie. Play will move on. Here's Foster now. He sidesteps a big hit and will get to the puck. Nice move by Foster, trying to slide it to the middle, and it's off a skate and all the way back down the ice. A heck of a move from Foster, leaving both feet to avoid that hit from Lanigan. Here's a great chance for Virginia Tech twice, and Hughes makes the save on Masuro. Hokies back with the pressure on the offensive end. Wrist shot from Kellogg, whistles wide. Masuro to it along the half wall. Sends it back to the blue line for Lanigan. He's going to be knocked down, but holds the zone. Back behind the Tar Heel net again. UNC to it, it's Foster. The North Carolina captain going to carry it out himself. Has it poked away in neutral ice, though. Loose puck collected by Friedman. He'll bring it in the left wing. Wrist shot right off the pad of Key. Juicy rebound. Nobody there in a white jersey. And Virginia Tech will take back over. Salvato clears it out to the red line. They'll battle for it there. Misha Sabodin in control. He finds Kozowski stepping through the middle. Loose puck in the slot now in the Virginia Tech end. Hokies able to get it up and out. Collected at the blue line by Fantozzi. He'll take it down the left wing. Drops it off for Dean Sargent in the corner. Throws it in the middle off of Hughes. Tar Heels collect the rebound, and they'll send it out into neutral ice. Chasing it down, Ben List for Tech. D-to-D pass with Veneri. Thrown up the wall. They'll battle for it in neutral ice once again. North Carolina starting to get a little bit of that forecheck going. In comes Kozowski. Veneri wraps it back around the wall. Tech first to it still. Ben List forces it up and out. North Carolina sends it right back in. Under 9 minutes now left in this first period. Veneri again in control for Virginia Tech. He'll hand it off for Salvato. Space up the left wing. He'll take it. Straddling the red line. Now takes it deep. Slides in. Takes a shot, and Hughes gets a blocker to it. Deflects it up and out of play. And we'll get another face-off in the North Carolina end. Well, still not really any good chances in that last sequence for North Carolina offensively, but more pressure in the neutral ice. Virginia Tech was having a lot easier time earlier on this period getting through the neutral zone and establishing themselves in the offensive end. That last sequence wasn't quite as easy. Now they'll control off the draw and get set up here. Low wrist shot from Tommy Conrad, patted away by Hughes. Tar Heels will chase it down behind the net. Mangled to it for North Carolina. Reverses it back up the near side. Unable to get to it and hold the zone was Eric Slater. Tar Heels come back the other way. Centering pass missed everyone. Walsh takes it off the wall. Good zone time here for North Carolina. Zajac in the middle. It hit the post. The rebound's there. They score. Leighton Walsh cleans it up in front. And North Carolina, on their first real sustained zone time at 5-on-5, find the back of the net. And it's 1-0. 8:10 left in the first period. I'm not sure who the assist will go to there. There were a couple of chances for North Carolina, and eventually Walsh finds it, whacks at it a couple of times, and gives North Carolina a 1-0 lead. Center ice face-off. North Carolina controls its eyes, leaving it for a teammate to send deep. Vaglia in on the forecheck. First one to it is Trevor Kellogg of Virginia Tech. His breakout pass stolen away, though. North Carolina back to work. Vaglia stretching out for it, can't get to it. And Miles Walther will lug it up the ice. Steps around to check, looking to the middle. Broken up nicely by the Tar Heel defense, but not out. Here's another chance. Lanigan with the shot that deflects wide and into the near corner. North Carolina to it first. Looking to break up the near wall, can't do it. It'll be held in again by Trevor Kellogg. Down low, Hathaway looking to the middle. Can't connect. North Carolina looking to get to it first, and they do. It's Sam Ives who will shoot it up and into the neutral zone. Swatted right back by Lanigan. Doesn't get very far as Vaglia forces it into the Virginia Tech end. Tar Heels need a change. Up the right wing goes Trevor Kellogg. You see him carry it deep into the corner, sends it out into the middle. Again, nobody there for the Hokies. North Carolina back in control. Virginia Tech needs a change, so lots of space here for the Tar Heels to bring it up. Oh, what a bad pass from Friedman. Unable to connect with Jack Gleason. Tar Heels going to have to go back in on the forecheck here after the turnover. Up the near wall, Masuro. Blind pass to the middle, stolen away by Friedman. He'll turn it back around and send it deep. Virginia Tech retreats to get it. Veneri up to Masuro on the near wall. Bank pass out into the neutral zone. Tar Heels collect. Hogan under some pressure. He finds Foster. Beautiful pass back across. Tar Heels going to break in. It's Wills Kendrick Holmes teeing one up, and he sends it straight into the knee of Matt Veneri, who will chase it down. Tar Heels able to get to it first, though, and clear it back out. Friedman finds the loose puck. He's got some speed. Stops on a dime. Has a man in the middle. That's Foster, but the pass deflected. Brian Hogan able to keep the zone, though. Sent back behind, right to Friedman. Oh, that was an errant pass there from Slater. He got lucky as Friedman looks like he's a little bit gassed and wasn't able to control it. Virginia Tech able to move through neutral ice now. Griffin Mudge sends it behind the North Carolina net. Again, Hokies need a change. That'll give the Tar Heels some space to break out. Pass misses its target, though. Picked back up at the defense by Lanigan. He'll fight off pressure and carry it in. Drops a pass off that's stolen away by Patrick O'Shaughnessy, trying to poke it up that far wall and can't. Lanigan again, turnaround shot, missed the net, and it'll ring around the wall into the near corner. Sent back up and out, but not past the red line. It's intercepted by Salvato. Good chance here in front for Virginia Tech. They whack at it, and Hughes was there with the pad. Tar Heels escape danger again. Lifted up and out. Chance here for Saboden. He's behind the defense. Steps in and sends one up and out of play. Just missed the near left corner, going high on key, and it got up, rode the glass into the netting. So the faceoff will be to the left of Ian Key for Virginia Tech. That's really kind of the way that the Tar Heels have had to try and generate offense. One thing, again, we talked about with Joey Mullen, the head coach of the Hokies, is trying to make sure that his defense stays home and doesn't pinch too much. That's one way for North Carolina to get their chances, to get behind that Virginia Tech defense. They'll go to work offensively. Mahan on the forecheck in the near corner. Able to fight off a check, sends it back to Gleason on the near point. Deflected shot high in the air, pod down. Tar Heels come away with it. Leighton Walsh to the middle. One-time shot and a big save from Ian Key. Post to shut that one down. I don't think the pass was intended for Mahan on the far side from Walsh, but it deflected right to him. And a great job by the sophomore Ian Key to keep that one out. 5 minutes left here in period number 1. North Carolina with the 1-0 lead. They'll throw it on goal off the faceoff. That was Walsh, easily handled by Key. Sent up to Walther on the near wall. He'll look to the middle, and C.J. Hathaway collects and carries it into the Tar Heel end. Able to work around Edwards, looking back out to the middle. That pass tipped all the way out to the red line, turned around and thrown right into the netting by number 28, Matt Veneri of Virginia Tech. Faceoff will come back to center ice. Down to 4:44 left in period 1. That was about 4 minutes of play ago that Leighton Walsh cleaned up a rebound in front for the only goal so far. And since then, a little bit of extra jump from the Tar Heels. As looks like there's a North Carolina player heading to the locker room. As I look down the concourse here, it looks like it's number 9, Simon Malone, who's headed to the locker room with the trainer for North Carolina. We'll see if we can't get an update on that at the intermission for you coming up shortly. But for now, the Tar Heels, they do have an extra defenseman in the lineup, so they can manage without Malone, but that's certainly a presence they want to get back on the ice. Cleared up and out by North Carolina. Tracked down at the Virginia Tech blue line by Eric Slater. He'll look up that far wall. Shutting that down for the Tar Heels with Sam Ives. Cleared back up again by Virginia Tech. Wills Kendrick Holmes accidentally sent it into the Virginia Tech bench. Faceoff will be right in front of the Hokies bench here as it went out of play. 4:15 left now. North Carolina has Michael Vaglia taking the draw against Virginia Tech's Gavin Peduzzi. Tar Heels win it. Sent deep and into the near corner. kept in nicely by the Tar Heels. Q and Dewey pressured in the near corner. Puck comes loose to Vaglia, looking to the middle for Ives, and he touches it wide of the net. Virginia Tech will look to clear it up that far wall. Held in at the blue line. Ooh, Tar Heel just about ended up in the Hokies bench there. That was Vaglia, but North Carolina has some time to get a change here with some pressure in the offensive end. Stretch pass up the ice, collected by Miles Walther. He'll carry it in. Sent deep now by Griffin Mudge. Worked back up and out by North Carolina. Loose puck found by Noah Friedman. He'll send it around the wall where Henry Foster can pick it up. He'll lug it deep. Trying to fight off Trevor Kellogg behind the net. Puck comes loose, cleared up the wall. Zajic keeps it in. His shot off the skate of Peduzzi. Gets it back from Mudge, and here goes Peduzzi. Top scorer for the Hokies so far. Takes a shot denied by Hughes. Rebound try is sent wide by Mudge. Virginia Tech still on the attack. Peduzzi again right into the breadbasket of Joel Hughes, who will swallow up the rebound with 3:02 to go in the first period. Again, not the best period from North Carolina. Virginia Tech has carried most of the play, especially at 5-on-5. Really, the majority of the zone time North Carolina has had on offense came on that power play earlier that unfortunately they weren't able to capitalize on. And now we have a whistle. Looks like the puck came out across the blue line off that faceoff. And Virginia Tech was offsides. 2:59 now on the clock. Face-off in front of the UNC bench. Leighton Walsh trying to win it forward and does. It'll be controlled, though, by Virginia Tech's Lanigan, who sends it in. Now Gleason you see up close. Swats it up the wall. Tar Heels still in possession as they get it out into neutral ice. Shove it along and deep by Brian Hogan. Icing waved off. Play continues as Lanigan looks to go across ice. Tar Heels get a piece of it but can't control. Poked up and out by Dean Sargent. Virginia Tech continuing to pressure as Ben Edwards clears it back out of the North Carolina end. Hokies send it deep once more. Gleason on the puck. Sauces one up into the neutral zone. O'Shaughnessy forces it deep. Pressure here from Kozowski. Trying to disrupt Trevor Kellogg, and he will. Stops it up on the far wall. Good work by Kellogg, able to get it to the blue line, but it's swept right back by Kozowski of North Carolina. On the near wall, Saboden sweeps it deep. Kozowski, blind pass to the middle. Tipped a couple of times by O'Shaughnessy, and Key holds strong on the post. And we'll freeze it for a faceoff. North Carolina getting some pressure on the offensive end again. Haven't had much of it so far. Here's an offensive zone draw. O'Shaughnessy out there with Kozowski and Saboden. Deep pairing is Wills Kendrick Holmes and John Miglior. Tar Heels control. Miglior looks across for Kendrick Holmes, who walks down the wall. Sends a shot to the middle, hit a bunch of bodies in front. Virginia Tech will control. Hathaway to the middle, finds Miles Walther, who will break it out, carries it into the Tar Heel end, snaps a shot in on Hughes, who bodies it down but can't control the rebound. Again, it's Walther. Pressured by Holmes behind. Looks out in front. Another big save from Hughes. Good pressure here from Virginia Tech as we're down to the last minute and a half of this first period. Kendrick Holmes pitchforks it out from behind his own net. Collected by Saboden. He'll lift one in, and it goes just past Key, who has to put a stick on it. No icing. Will play on. Kozowski on the forecheck. He'll get beat there by Matt Veneri, who carries it out. And around Zach Mangle as well. Shot in. Rebound. Bouncing puck. And unfortunately for Matt Tullo, he couldn't get a stick to it. It'll stay a 1-0 lead for North Carolina for the moment. Pressure again from Virginia Tech as they send it in. Miglior stumbling behind his own net as he blows a tire. Picked up by Walsh. Tar Heels have to reset again behind the cage. Miglior up the far side, sent back to him again. Down to 47 seconds left in the period. Tar Heels can't clear. Virginia Tech putting some pressure on the far side. Heavy hit over on that far wall, but North Carolina is able to get it out this time. Bodies tangled up there in the neutral zone. Loose puck. Nick Masuro clears it out of the Virginia Tech end. Hokies with one last push here in the final 30 seconds. Down goes Gleason as he clears it out. North Carolina trying to get the forecheck pressure on here. Virginia Tech turns it right back out though. Got past Gavin Peduzzi. Tar Heels in control again. Pass across the middle. Masuro intercepts. He'll bring it in. Backhand shot stopped by Hughes. They couldn't get the rebound. And the Tar Heels able to get it up and out. Maybe one last chance down to 3 seconds. In comes Mahan dragging to the middle. He'll be shut down by Thal Lanigan. And that will finish off the first 20 minutes. Hokies have controlled most of the play, but it's the Tar Heels scoring first. Leighton Walsh has given North Carolina a 1-0 lead after 20 minutes. We'll be back here at the Orange County Sportsplex.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
Welcome back to the first intermission here at Orange County Sportsplex. The Tar Heels with a 1-0 lead over the Virginia Tech Hokies. Chris Lehman now joined by Kewen Doig of the Tar Heels. And Kewen, first want to get your impressions on that first period. Felt like Virginia Tech kind of carried the 5-on-5 play, but you guys capitalized and have the lead.
Yeah, I mean, they came out strong. They had a game yesterday, so I guess their legs are a little bit warmed up, maybe a little bit more than ours. But, you know, goalie kept us in it. We had a couple mental lapses here with a couple defensive breakdowns, but like I said, goalie kept us in it, so grabbed a late one there as well. So we really hung in there and got a nice goal to take the lead going into the intermission.
Absolutely. And you're from Toronto, from Canada, obviously a different country. Still have family up there, so what's it like being in the States for college?
Well, I mean, it's a little bit of a different experience so far. I'm still getting settled in, but so far all the people are great. The school is unbelievable. Culture and the guys in the team are great, really bringing me in and making me comfortable right away like they do with everyone else. So it's all you can ask for. And I mean, my parents are happy to take a vacation down every once in a while and watch the game. So
yeah, a little bit warmer weather for them, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. It's like with the wind chill minus 20-something yesterday, so it's a tough one.
Well, you guys getting ready for the second period now. Obviously, you have the lead. As you mentioned, Virginia Tech, a short turnaround coming off a game against Wake Forest last night. What adjustments do you guys need to make to take care of this team?
Yeah, so defensively, we're going to continue to tighten up, stay really structured and lock down in front of our net, help out the goalie Joel a little bit. but also in the neutral zone, stop forcing pucks through the middle. They've done a pretty good job of closing it off, and those cross-ice passes aren't there. So just got to gain the red, get it deep, and keep it simple.
All right, Kewan, thanks for your time and good luck through the rest of this game.
Thank you very much.
That's Kewan Doig of the North Carolina Tar Heels. It's a 1-0 lead for UNC. We'll come back here at the Orange County Sportsplex.
The world is online, and we're all connected. While there's a lot to explore and discover, we each need to do our part to keep the internet safe. Cybersecurity starts with you. Learn how you can stay safe online at dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect.
We all make more than 35,000 decisions a day. Most are small, but some can be life-changing.
When it comes to taking care of yourself, the most important choices can be hard to make. Like having a tough conversation instead of ignoring a buddy's call.
Or being there for support, not assuming things will just get better. Make the decision to be there for the veterans in your life, for your community, for yourself. Learn more at BeThereForVeterans.com.
I don't think that eating disorder clicked in our head at any point in time. We just knew that something was wrong. We saw you withdraw, almost go into a closet and hide. We knew we had to go and seek help.
Eating disorders are serious, life-threatening illnesses, but recovery is possible. Visit nationaleatingdisorders.org for help and hope.
Treatment to me is the key to recovery.
I love you, and you're worth it.
Alcohol is the leading cause of preventable injury and death for people under 21.
And the #1 place teens get alcohol
is at home. We're your daughters and your sons, your nieces and nephews,
your neighbors and your kids' friends.
And we need you to keep us safe by locking up alcohol in your home.
Talk it up, lock it up.
It's a 1-0 lead for your North Carolina Tar Heels over the Virginia Tech Hokies about halfway through this first intermission. Chris Lehman back with you. We're going to take a look now at the period for the Tar Heels. And we mentioned it a couple times, but it really was mostly Virginia Tech at 5-on-5. They had a strong forecheck, and they did what North Carolina is used to doing to their opponents. They suffocate the neutral zone. They don't give you a lot of clean looks coming into the offensive end. And I think you got to give North Carolina a lot of credit. They held in strong defensively. You heard Kewan Doig talk about the goaltending from Joe Hughes. He made a couple of big saves, some timely saves to keep it scoreless for a while and then to hold on to that 1-0 lead for North Carolina late in the period. But I think if you're the Tar Heels here, you continue to kind of weather the storm a little bit. You want to clean things up in the neutral zone and get some more offensive zone time, certainly. But I think to some extent that's going to come naturally as Virginia Tech sort of wears down with this short turnaround against Wake Forest. Tar Heels, of course, have that same turnaround as they'll go to Winston-Salem tomorrow, but they're on the front end right now, Virginia Tech on the back end, and I think that's where things are going to change eventually, whether it be partway through the second period or into the third period. Eventually, Virginia Tech, I think, is just going to wear out a little bit more. The other thing you heard Kewan mention was the fact that maybe they're just a little bit more warm. They played 2 games last weekend. They played, of course, last night, so they're loose and ready to go. Tar Heels, on the other hand, haven't played for almost 2 months. You got to kind of get going, and they started to at the end of that period. We saw a little bit more 5-on-5 zone time. I think the power play midway through that first period helped them get a little bit of momentum as well. So if they can continue to build off that, start to get a little bit more time in the offensive end, and of course another goal wouldn't hurt as well. As you can see, Zamboni getting through the ice, finishing things up for these two teams to head out for the second period. We'll have that coming up shortly, but for now, after one period, it's Tar Heels 1, Hokies nothing.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
I surrender, I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's up?
Do we have a gun?
We got a couple minutes left until these two teams take to the ice for period number 2. Tar Heels with a 1-0 lead over the Virginia Tech Hokies. Take a quick just gander at the way the Tar Heels played that period. We talked about it a little bit at the last break, but again, I think for North Carolina, the most important thing to keep your eye on in the second period is how they get out of their own end and into the offensive end of the ice, because that was the biggest difference between this game and a lot of the games that we've seen recently for the Tar Heels. Is they've been able to control that neutral ice. They've been able to get in, and whether they control the puck immediately or not, they're able to establish themselves because of how good their forecheck has been. And that just has not been the case so far. But I think, again, you have to give this Tar Heels team credit for the way they played in the first period. Again, Q and Doig kind of mentioned you got to get going again after a long time without playing in a real competitive game. And so I think we'll start to see the rust shaken off for the Tar Heels in the second period a little bit more. But again, I think playing a little bit rusty and able to defend and slow down Virginia Tech and some of their top scorers in that first period. And then, I mentioned not a lot of great chances, but 2 or 3 pretty solid chances, and really all of them coming off of the rush, coming in transition, breaking up the ice. I think that's been something that North Carolina has done really well, is they've kind of weathered the storm. They've defended when they've needed to defend. They haven't gotten frustrated with the fact that they can't get a lot of chances and get in tight in the offensive end to get some scoring opportunities, but they've done a really good job of just getting a few chances and taking advantage of one of them. We got about a minute left until we restart play. We'll step aside one more time and be back with the second period here at the Orange County Sportsplex.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You can say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You can ask with an app if it works for you. You can chat with them in VR. It's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking. Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Whatever gets you talking. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
From the top of D.H. Hill Library.
Don Diablo. Oh yeah, this is actually in my studio.
WKNC HD3 Raleigh.
Hey, what's up and what's going on, folks? It's Kid Kinetic, your boy up here at the top of the hour. And guess what I got? A treat that's too sweet to beat.
This is Wolf Bites Radio.
Oh, that's really sweet.
NC State.
Dear moms and dads, we know it's not always been easy, and it's been a lot of hard work. What you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas. Everything I do it for you. Mom, love you always. No, it's true. Everything I do it for you.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
We got a fresh 20 minutes up on the clock here at the Orange County Sportsplex. Virginia Tech Hokies and your North Carolina Tar Heels back on the ice. You get a look there on the left side of your screen at Joel Hughes. Had a strong first period for North Carolina. Saw a good number of shots, kept them all out, made a couple of big saves when the Tar Heels needed it most to keep them ahead 1-0. It looks like we're just about set to start period number 2. It was Leighton Walsh who scored the only goal of that first period, cleaning it up in front with about 8 minutes left in the first period. And since that point, I mentioned, felt like the power play kind of gave the Tar Heels a little extra momentum. Then they got that goal, and there was a little bit more jump. But I think I was mostly impressed with the fact that Virginia Tech, you don't expect them to roll over and give this game up. This is a strong Hokies team, but I just wonder about it. That's just such a short turnaround, even though it's not a really long drive. It was still about an hour drive to get here today for this game. So all of that's going to take a toll on your team. And I think to get through that first period and control it the way they did, even though they didn't get a goal, was a strong performance. Here we go, second period action underway. Tar Heels lifted up and out of their own end. At the Virginia Tech line, it's Friedman unable to keep it in. Tipped back out into neutral ice. It'll be carried down the left wing by Matt Tullo, who sends it in. He'll beat everybody to it behind the net. Looks out in front, nobody there, and it'll skitter all the way out to the red line, where it can be collected and sent right back by Eric Slater. No pressure on Florian Zajic. He'll control behind the net, letting the Tar Heels set up the breakout to the near side for Winfrey. His defensive partner looks all the way up the ice, and this is going to go all the way down on goal. And, a little bit of contact there between Noah Friedman and Ian Key. And Tommy Conrad not happy about that extra contact. Friedman negating the icing call there. I'm not sure if it was. The Tar Heel on the near side got knocked over when the pass came in, so it might have been waved off, but North Carolina, at any rate, will have an offensive zone face-off here 47 seconds into period 2. Saboden to take it for North Carolina up against Griffin Mudge. Tar Heels control. We'll work it around the wall. Gleason pinching in to hold the zone. Shovels it back behind the net. Virginia Tech going to be first to it. That's Lanigan sending it up the wall and out. Off the stick of Masuro all the way in. Hughes has to steer it to the corner, so no icing. Sent back behind the net by Gleason. Pitchforked along by Ben Edwards. He finds Saboden. Ice a little bit wet here. I think you're seeing some guys get caught up in some wet patches. But North Carolina with a chance here in O'Shaughnessy. Oh, what a goal! Oh, my goodness! From his knees, behind his back, and Ian Key not ready for the second chance, and the Tar Heels double their lead. Oh, my goodness. Well, it didn't look like Patrick O'Shaughnessy had an angle, and then he lost his footing, but he was able to get the puck to the net. He wasn't on his back, but it looked a little bit like that Alexander Ovechkin goal from way back in the day. Just able to wrap it behind his back and into the net. What a finish and a perfect start to this second period from North Carolina. Saboden now with 17 goals on the year. He continues to thrive for North Carolina as a freshman. Tar Heels in control with Miglior. D-to-D with Kendrick Holmes. Slaps it up the wall and into neutral ice. Nobody there in a white uniform. But Leighton Walsh knocks down the clearance. Can't control. He'll battle for it in front of the Virginia Tech bench. It's Mangle chipping it deep. First one to it is Virginia Tech's Matt Veneri. He'll turn with it in that far corner. Good pressure there from Walsh to knock it loose. Mahan now going to work. Sends it out in front. Quick chance, and Key got to stick to it. It'll be picked up and cleared out by Virginia Tech as they carry it up into the neutral zone. That's Dean Sargent. Hands it off for Fantozzi. First shot blocked. Second try went wide. Virginia Tech holds the zone, though. Miglior knocked down from behind. Tar Heels wanted a call. Play will continue, though. Miglior again. Looking for some help. Little touch pass is stolen away. Sent right back to Miglior, though. And this time he'll just carry it out himself. Got Miglior. Sends it behind the Hokies' net. Virginia Tech gets there defensively. It's Noah Kamen slapping it up the wall. Deflected up and out. And Virginia Tech will try and get in on the forecheck. Spun back out by Winfrey. All the way down. No icing. Tar Heels get to it. They'll put some more pressure on. In that far corner they battle. Puck squirts loose. North Carolina in control. Holding on to it is Vaglia. He'll send it up the wall to the blue line. Sent back to him. Now he gets it to Zajic. Wrist shot. They score! Didn't look like Key saw it. I'm not sure if anyone touched it in front, but two quick ones from North Carolina in the first 3 minutes of the period, and it's 3-0. And based on the order of the guys going through to the bench, it looks like it is going to be Zajic from Vaglia. Just a minute and 42 seconds between those goals. Tar Heels going right back to work in the offensive end. Cleared all the way down by Virginia Tech. They're going to ice the puck here with 16:51 to go in period number 2. This is a much different look to the second period than we saw in the first. Of course, Tar Heels converting quickly, but they've also had a lot more pressure on Virginia Tech. They'll win the draw. Quick shot, deflects back into the netting. Nice job giving up the body there by C.J. Hathaway. Looked like he was the one who got a body to it. Tar Heels will try again. Henry Foster camped out directly behind Brian Hogan for these faceoffs. This time, puck controlled by Virginia Tech, trying to clear. Can't do it. Gleason holds the far blue line. Second effort will get out for Virginia Tech, and a penalty coming up on North Carolina. On a hit out in the neutral zone. Couple of shots patted away by Hughes. Little extracurriculars after the whistle. We'll see if it results in a penalty on Virginia Tech. That hit came right at the whistle for Matt Tullo on Brian Hogan, and Hogan was pleading his case. I don't think anything will come of it. It's going to be a roughing penalty, though, on North Carolina. So a big chance here for Virginia Tech to grab back some momentum. Roughing was the call, and it will be, so waiting to see who's making their way to the penalty box. Looks like it'll be Hogan. No surprise there, considering the fact he was the one knocked down after the play. So Hogan to the penalty box. Tar Heels to the penalty kill. And they'll go with Henry Foster, Noah Friedman, Florian Zajic, and Perry Winfrey. Griffin Mudge to take the draw for Virginia Tech. Out there with Gavin Peduzzi as well as Nick Massuro on the defense. It'll be Kellogg and Lanigan. Tech forces the puck behind the UNC net. Start this power play off. They'll fight for it over in that far corner. Winfrey pins it to the wall momentarily. It trickles back behind the UNC net. Swept up and out by Henry Foster. First 20 seconds gone on the power play for the Hokies. Lanigan to it. He'll carry it up the middle of the ice. Leaves it for Massuro. Nick Massuro looking to the middle. He'll be knocked off the puck. Stolen away now by Henry Foster. He'll bring it in shorthanded. He's already got 5 shorthanded this year. He missed just wide on that chance. North Carolina, though, putting some pressure on in the offensive end. Cleared out by Virginia Tech. They'll have numbers if they hurry. Quickly down that right wing. Stopping up Lanigan. Leaves it high slot for Massuro, whose wrist shot goes wide. Picked up now by Kellogg. He'll carry behind the net. Loses it near corner. Mudge picks it up. He finds Massuro back at the blue line. Tees up a slap shot. That one blocked before it got through. And now the Tar Heels will bring it in an odd man rush. Zajic looking across. Friedman collects it off the wall. Sends it all the way back across. Tar Heels just killing time. 45 seconds left on the man advantage. Now we got a whistle to stop play with 15-13 left in the period. This has been a strong kill from North Carolina. Just a couple of short spurts in their defensive zone. Other than that, they've done a good job getting it out, and they've even gotten a couple of scoring chances down a man here. 44 seconds left on the roughing penalty to Brian Hogan. Patrick O'Shaughnessy on the draw for the Tar Heels. Can't win it against Tullo. Virginia Tech will set up the breakout. Now Walther up that far right wing. Sent across now where it being collected by C.J. Hathaway. Has some speed around the net, and Hughes got a stick to it to negate that wraparound chance. Hokie setting up the power play again. Hathaway's shot. Hit Miglior on the way to the net. Virginia Tech still with possession. Hathaway again. Up the wall. There he's got Slater. Across for a shot that got deflected up over the net. Off the stick of Walther, and now the Tar Heels again with an odd man rush shorthanded as the power play comes to an end. Here's a chance. Oh, did it go in? It did. I heard pipe. It looked like the net moved. What a shot from Zach Mangle. And that's 2 highlight reel goals this period from the Tar Heels. That one coming right after the power play expired. But it's Zach Mangle continuing the dominant period for North Carolina. 4-0 lead over Virginia Tech. Hokies will win the draw and send it into the UNC end. Gleason retreats for it. Stops behind his net under pressure from Peduzzi. Leaves it for his D pairing, Ben Edwards. Good looking pass up the far side for Friedman cross ice. Couldn't handle it though. Virginia Tech will take control. They turn it over behind the net. Turnaround shot from Friedman. Ian Key makes the save. Friedman again on the wall. Absorbs a hit. Loose puck to Brian Hogan. He'll lug it down the wall. Looking to the middle for Foster. That's deflected up in the air. Hokies able to carry it out. Van Arie chips and chases. First one to it is the Tar Heels' Gleason. He'll throw it off the glass and out. Nobody there but Friedman. And he'll bring it in. Leaves it for Hogan. Walking in, shot stopped by Key. Rebound chance got knocked just wide of the net. Hogan collects the rebound. Leaves it the blue line for Gleason. He'll look to the middle. That pass stolen away. Virginia Tech gets it out into neutral ice again. Picked up now by Lanigan. He'll lug it in. Finds Salvato. Lost it in his skates. Tar Heels force the turnover. Up the near wall, Kozowski. Sidesteps a hit. Maybe threw one himself. In possession of the puck. They'll continue to battle at the red line. Collected by Foster. Looking to the middle, has a man open, and they come. Oh, it's sent just wide by David Mahan. And the Tar Heels have to get back defensively. Quickly up the left wing. Jackson France forces it in deep. Sent out in front. Getting a stick to it, Hughes deflects it right to Edwards. He'll try and carry it out. Pressured behind by France. Able to headman it, though, for Patrick O'Shaughnessy. Already won this period for O'Shaughnessy. He'll be tied up and taken down. Still able to find a teammate at the blue line. Lifted in. Sabodin with a chance. Chipped it just wide. Kozowski with the pressure behind now. Virginia Tech, no choice but to lift it up and out. Glove down by Perry Winfrey. Blind backhand pass turned over in the neutral zone. Virginia Tech can advance with it. Stephen Rochia sends it off the end boards. Slapped back around. Zajic can't get a stick to it for North Carolina. Now it's Misha Sabodin with Rochia on him. Tar Heels turn it over. Hathaway backhand chance. Pad saved by Hughes. Rebound collected by Sabodin. 8 minutes gone in this second period. Tar Heels already with 3 goals here in the second to open up a 4-0 lead. Virginia Tech looking to push back though. Here's Miles Walther. Throws it up into the shoulder of Hughes, who does a nice job swallowing the rebound again and getting the stoppage. That's a smart stoppage there from Hughes as well. We've talked about how well the Tar Heels have played this period, but scales tipping back the other way a bit for Virginia Tech. They're not going to go away without a fight. And so you're going to see a little bit of pushback, even if they are a little gassed. 11:57 to go in the second. Kendrick Holmes slaps it around the wall. David Mahan with the breakout pass to Walsh, who gives it right back. Mahan gains the red line, sends it back behind the Hokie net. Tar Heels first to it. Backhand pass in front, intended for Mahan, doesn't get there. Far side of the net. It'll be slapped around by Walsh. Up to Miglior, one-time shot. Ooh, that one didn't miss by much. Hit the body in front on the way to the net, too. Now it can be broken out by Virginia Tech. Walther trying to force his way through a couple of defenders for North Carolina. Lost the puck. UNC resets it in neutral ice. Chip deep by Matt Veneri. Hokies need a change. That'll give UNC a chance to bring it up. Mangle with the last goal for North Carolina. He'll send it in. Chasing it down is Doig. Trying to send it in front. That pass denied. And again, it'll be shoveled out by Virginia Tech. Some pressure on Gleason. He'll send it up the near wall for Sam Ives, who's knocked off the puck. Able to fight for it and get it back, though. Ives, pressured from behind, still has control. Steers the puck to the middle. Nobody in a white jersey there. Good forecheck, though, from the Tar Heels. They get it back. Ewan Doig slides through a check, sends it back up the wall for Edwards. One-time shot, didn't get to key in the net. And Virginia Tech looking to clear. Mudge disrupted as he tried to slap it out. His second effort will get into neutral ice, but Ben Edwards sends it right back in. Approaching the halfway point of this game. Very different second period than the first. Virginia Tech had the momentum. They controlled most of the play, even though they were trailing, but North Carolina really taking it to them here, especially on the forecheck in this second period. It'll be carried out of the defensive zone now by Trevor Kellogg. He's taken down. Big hit from Massuro in there as well. Bodies flying, but the Tar Heels will come away with it. Friedman pitchforks it to the middle for Hogan. He's going to be spun down. Play will carry on, though. They fight for it behind the net. Hogan knocks his man down as the puck stuck under his skate. Two Hokies there battling with Hogan. They'll come away with it. Massuro now lifts it up and out. Gleason can't control. It's taken away by Lanigan. He'll cut to the middle. Poke check made by Joel Hughes. Otherwise, Lanigan had an open net. Hughes continuing to look really good for this Tar Heel squad. Here's Gleason. Looking forward for Henry Foster. Cross ice for Friedman to carry it in. He'll throw a low shot wide of the net. Rings around the boards and up the near wall. Sent right back in on Key. He'll swallow it up for a face-off with 9:18 to go. Offensive zone face-off won by North Carolina. Thrown on net, steered to the far corner by Key. Pinching in, Zajic unable to hold the zone. Now the Hokies can carry it out. Tipped forward where Winfrey can knock it down with a glove. Slaps it back up and out. North Carolina will bring it in. It's O'Shaughnessy. Quick shot. Rebound loose in front. He can't get a second touch to it. Virginia Tech unable to clear, though. Zajic near side wall. Throws it on net. Save made by Key. Rebound there. Steered on goal. Key makes another save. And Virginia Tech able to clear. Hokies, though, haven't been able to do much other than just clear it up and out. And especially in the second period where you've got the long change, they've had some trouble. Kozowski hauls down his man, and he's going to be called for the penalty. Second power play of the period coming up for Virginia Tech as Cole Kozowski, who leads this Tar Heels team in points, will head to the penalty box. .8:38 to go here in period number 2. Second power play for Virginia Tech. It'll be Tullo to take the draw for the Hokies. He wins it over to Hathaway, and they'll set up the power play. Near side, Walther. He'll retreat to the blue line with it. Walks that line, shadowed by Hogan. Carries it to the middle. Pass stolen away by Foster, but he can't clear. Here's Veneri. Through traffic, they score. Hit somebody on the way in, and it deflected over the glove side shoulder of Joel Hughes. About the only way that the Hokies were going to beat him, and it's Matt Veneri giving Virginia Tech the lead, or giving Virginia Tech their first goal, and cutting the Tar Heel lead down to 4-1. Well, it only took about 27, 28 seconds to put that in the back of the net. I'll see if that gives Virginia Tech some life. Hit from Masuro there right off the draw. Tar Heels in possession in the neutral zone. It'll be poked away. Masuro picks up the loose puck. He's got some speed down into the zone. Backhander in on Hughes, who gets a pad to it. Tar Heels collect the rebound. Edwards throws it around the wall. You can see that extra jump from the Hokies right now. This one will slide all the way down. Not sure it has enough on it, though, for icing, as it's beat to the red line by Trevor Kellogg. He'll go D-to-D with Ben List, who's under pressure. Can't clear it around the wall and out. Tar Heels send it on goal, steered away by Key, and now Virginia Tech has possession out into the neutral zone. Carried all the way in by Masuro. Good stick there from Gleason to knock it into the corner. He'll force Masuro to the wall and come away with the puck. Gleason turning behind his own net. Swats it up the near side, pushed right back in by Lanigan. UNC again in control behind their own net. Edwards trying to carry it out and can't. Loose at the blue line, chipped right back in by Paduzzi. And North Carolina will reset the breakout. Errant pass sent right back in by Fantozzi, who's knocked to the ice. More pressure from Virginia Tech. Fantozzi holds the zone again in the near corner. Sent back around by Edwards. Tar Heels can't get to it though. Slapped right back in by Arthur Singh. Shoveled up the wall by Edwards, again not out. Slap shot off a stick and wide for Virginia Tech. Steered behind the net again by Fantozzi. Mahan going to be the first to it now for UNC. He'll be pinned there. Four-man scrum to a side. Leighton Walsh collects the loose puck, sends it around the boards again, can't get it out. This is a tired 5 guys on the ice for North Carolina. They got to get across the red line to change, and they haven't been able to clear the zone. They do now. Not very far, though. Mangle able to get off. So is Mahan. Couple of fresh bodies for North Carolina. Still 3 tired ones out there, though, including both defensemen, as Leighton Walsh pitchforks it out. Tar Heels get it deep. Now they're able to get the last 3 off. Good job by those 5. Under a lot of pressure from Virginia Tech after they got that first goal. Retreating to the red line. Zajic across to Winfrey. He'll send it in. This one skitters all the way behind the Virginia Tech net. Noah Kamen trying to slap it out, and it ends up in the netting behind the Hokies net. And we'll have a face-off to the right of Ian Key. 6 minutes exactly left in the second period. Tar Heels outscoring the Hokies 3-1 in the second. Was a wild start. Those goals coming in the first 5.5 minutes, all 3 of them for North Carolina. It's quieted down a bit since then. Loose puck in front. Key going to jump on it and cover up as that one just trickled in on goal. That's one thing both teams have been able to do here this evening is get the puck back to the blue line and get a lot of traffic in front. They both have a goal that way, just getting bodies in front, not letting the goaltender get a clean look at it. That's what UNC did there, just couldn't get a lot of power to the net. Another offensive zone draw for North Carolina. They can't control, slapped up the boards and out by Trevor Kellogg. Carried in now by Virginia Tech. That's Miles Walther looking to the middle. Pass stolen away by Vaglia. He'll shovel it up and out. Virginia Tech sends it right back in. Again, it's Walther carrying it back behind the North Carolina net. He has 2 Tar Heels on him. They're able to knock him off the puck. Vaglia collects, looking for a breakout pass. It hops the stick of Doig. UNC resets again. Zajic looking up the near wall. One-touch pass to the middle, stolen away. Still loose there, though. Sam Ives chips it in. He's going to chase it down as well. Thrown off the glass and around. UNC making some changes, so this one's going to slide all the way down into the UNC end. Kendrick Holmes again in control. Bank pass up to the red line. Hogan will deflect it deep. On the chase is Foster. He's first to it behind the net. Circling with it. Initial centering pass denied. Back to the blue line. Miglior hit as he takes the shot. It'll deflect back behind the goal again. Friedman body off the puck. Picked up by Hogan for North Carolina, though. He'll make a tight turn, looking to the middle. Chance for the Tar Heels. Bouncing puck on the rebound, and Friedman couldn't get a stick to it. Still pressure from the Tar Heels. A good chance there for Foster and Friedman. Slapped up the wall. Miglior holds the zone. He'll walk it down the wall. Throws it on goal. Right into the chest protector of Ian Key, who will swallow it up. And with 4:29 to go in the second, another face-off in the Virginia Tech end. O'Shaughnessy to take the draw for North Carolina. Wins it forward on Rocco Salvato. Tar Heels trying to go back to work on offense. O'Shaughnessy chips it out in front. Nobody gets a stick to it. Still loose in the slot area, and Virginia Tech able to carry it up and out. Shut down at the blue line. Good hit there from Misha Sabodin. Back in control, though, the Hokies. Lanigan lifts it into the Tar Heel end. Gleason, skate to stick. Chips it up and out for O'Shaughnessy. He'll bank it off the wall for Kozowski, bringing it in with speed. Cole Kozowski has his shot denied. I'm not sure if it was a poke check from a defenseman or if it was Key who got a stick to it, but he didn't get the shot away cleanly, and now Virginia Tech can bring it back out. Dean Sargent in control. He'll button hook at the top of the circle's far side. Sends it deep. Backing it out in front by Fantozzi. That's intercepted by Cole Kozowski, and the Tar Heels break it out. Misha Sabodin back across for O'Shaughnessy. He'll pull the trigger and score! Second of the game, 18th of the season, Patrick O'Shaughnessy, and the Tar Heels are back up by 4. Just 3:28 to go in this second period. But it should go down as the second goal of the game for Patrick O'Shaughnessy, assisted by Misha Sabodin and Cole Kozowski. But a good response from the Tar Heels. Back to a comfortable 4-goal lead with 3:20 to go now in this second period. Forecheck on again for the Tar Heels. Thrown in front. Deflected away from the net. Mahan slaps it towards the goal. Now Mangle on the wall. Deflected over to Leighton Walsh. Spinning with it, tried to steer it to the middle. Pass intercepted by Hathaway. Virginia Tech will lug it across the red line. Having trouble breaking into the zone. Now they're offsides. That'll give the Tar Heels a chance to control. Bad pass, though. Hit a skate over in front of the Virginia Tech bench. Tar Heels able to collect again. Winfrey stretches it up that near wall. Just out of the reach of Mangle. Tar Heels able to chase it down, though. Pass to the high slot from Leighton Walsh. Can't connect with Mahan. Virginia Tech again brings it out. Hathaway has his pass stolen away by Florian Zajic. He'll join us here in a few minutes at the second intermission. Now it's Walsh moving it forward for David Mahan. He'll slap it down into the corner. Takes a spill with a Virginia Tech defenseman. And the Hokies take the extra space and clear it out. Slapped right back in by Wills Kendrick Holmes. 2:15 to go in period number 2. Trevor Kellogg able to send it all the way down. No icing on the play, though. Kendrick Holmes up that far side. Tar Heels will clear it out. Doig has his pass intercepted. Back to the middle. Here's a chance for the Hokies. Working around behind the net. We've got a hand up and another penalty coming on North Carolina. This time it'll be holding. Wait to see who the guilty party is. But that's going to allow Virginia Tech to spend the rest of the period on the power play. Perry Winfrey headed to the box. Virginia Tech, 2 power plays already this game, both of them this period. And they're 1 for 2. Took about 25 to 30 seconds to score the power play goal last time. Let's see what they have in store for this man advantage. Along the half wall, it's Masuro. He'll quarterback. Looking to the middle. Deflected into the near corner by Edwards, who got a stick on it for the Tar Heel penalty kill. Now Peduzzi centering right into the glove of Joel Hughes, who wisely holds on for a face-off with 14 seconds gone on the power play. But it's Peduzzi, Masuro, Mudge out there as the forwards for Virginia Tech. Kellogg and Lanigan, the defensemen. Tar Heels penalty kill consists of Hogan, Edwards, Gleason, and Foster. Hokies in control again off the draw. Peduzzi quarterbacking on the near wall. Back to the top of the diamond. Or the umbrella, I should say. For Lanigan. He'll trade places with Peduzzi. Pass to the middle, off the stick of Edwards, and it will just trickle out of the zone. Virginia Tech to reset. Minute 18 left in the period. Now down under a minute 20 on the power play. Virginia Tech will have 3 seconds of carryover, so essentially really just lasts to the end of this period. Not much you can do from center ice with 3 seconds to start the third. See if the Tar Heels can finish the kill, though. Still time for Virginia Tech. Here's Griffin Mudge. Backhanded back up the wall for Kellogg. He'll go cross ice. Gleason battling with Masuro in that far corner. Mudge controls for Virginia Tech. Back up to Lanigan. Stopped in front. Rebound loose, and a floating puck snagged out of the air by Hughes just before Griffin Mudge could get a stick to it. 45 seconds left in the period. 48 seconds on the power play for Virginia Tech. And if the Hokies really want to have any chance at coming back in the third period, it's imperative, I think, for them to score in the next 45 seconds and take some momentum into the final frame. Tar Heels are able to clear it right off the draw. Virginia Tech resetting in neutral ice again. Have that second power play unit out there. Veneri carries it in. He's got some speed. Tied up momentarily by O'Shaughnessy. Drop pass for C.J. Hathaway, who throws it right off the pads of Joel Hughes. Back to Hathaway. 25 seconds to go in the period. He'll walk to the top of the slot. Backhand pass for Veneri. He'll take the shot. Blocked down by Hughes. Rebound along the goal line, and Tullo unable to get a stick to it. A battle for it behind the Tar Heel net. Zajic coming away with it. Lifts it to the far corner. Friedman can't get a touch to it. 7 seconds left in the period. One last chance for Virginia Tech. Shot from Hathaway blocked. Another try, and this time it's going to be held on to by Hughes. And we've got a little bit of a wrestling match in front of the UNC net. Florian Zajic not happy with a Virginia Tech player there. That's Tommy Conrad getting a little bit of a facial. And it looks like they're going to give an extra penalty to UNC here. We'll see if that's matching minors for Conrad and Zajic. But this would be pretty big as well. There's not a lot of time. 1.9 seconds. You can certainly get a shot away if you win the faceoff cleanly as Virginia Tech. And it is just going to be a penalty on Zajic. I would imagine roughing is the call. Either way, it's a minor penalty to the Tar Heels and a very brief 5-on-3 for Virginia Tech. Now that does, well, and I think now you look at it, and if you're North Carolina, going to have a little bit of your work cut out for you to start this third period. They're going to have to kill another penalty. Tied up off the draw by Leighton Walsh, and so the Tar Heels able to survive the end of the period. A 5-1 lead after a 4-goal period for North Carolina. We'll be back with Florian Zajic of the Tar Heels on our second intermission report here at the Orange County Sportsplex.
From the top of D.H. Hill Library.
Don Diablo. Oh yeah, this is actually like in my studio.
WKNC HD3 Raleigh.
Hey, what's up and what's going on, folks? It's Kid Kinetic, your boy up here at the top of the hour. And guess what I got? A treat that's too sweet to beat.
This is Wolf Bites Radio.
Oh, that's really sweet.
NC State.
Hurricanes and major flooding threaten cities, towns, and rural homes across the Gulf states. So chances are there will be more storms and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Those 9 months were also 273 days of planning. What about your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. And let's not forget those barbecues you plan in detail for your family and your more vegetarian by the day best friends. That surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the
Dear moms and dads, we know it's not always been easy, and it's been a lot of hard work. What you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
Everything I do it for you.
Mom, love you always.
No, it's true. Everything I do it for
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Welcome back to the second intermission here at the Orange County Sportsplex. Chris Lehman with you, a commanding 5-1 lead for the North Carolina Tar Heels, and maybe no better man to talk to right now at the end of the period, Florian Zajic of the Tar Heels. And we'll start with that little scuffle there at the end that you had, obviously in the box for the first couple of minutes of this third period, but what was going on there at the end?
You know, as a D-man, you have the responsibility to take care of your goalie. I believe that's what I did. Things just got a little heated at the end there. It's part of the game. It's part of the fun.
Absolutely, and you do have a little bit of a cushion going to the third period thanks to a 4-goal second from your teammates and just a great period. Some highlight reel goals for you guys as well. What was the biggest difference there in that second 20 minutes? Because it felt like Virginia Tech kind of controlled 5-on-5 play in the first.
Absolutely. I think we got back to the basics, kept the game simple. We took our chances in shooting a lot more, and obviously some of our guys just turned up and put the puck in the net, and that's what counts.
Well, now you have a little bit more comfortable lead. It was only one after the first period. Now, as you mentioned, nice 4-goal cushion going to the third. Still a pretty solid Virginia Tech team, though, to take on for the last 20 minutes. What do you guys need to do to finish things off?
Once again, keep it simple. We play our game. We know our game. We got to play physical. We got to hold on to the lead. No stupid mistakes, no penalties, but just keep it rolling and get the win.
All right, we'll let you get back to the locker room. We'll see you out there after a couple minutes in the third period. Thanks, Florian.
Thank you so much.
That's Florian Zajic of the Tar Heels. We'll be back to talk about the second period right after this.
Advice for future agents. Oh, hold on to your seat, guys. It's gonna be an amazing ride. It's tough at first. That first year is always tough, but you work hard and you can play hard. So if you can just stick with it, especially through that first year, every year after will be very abundant. So don't give up. This is a long ride, not a little short one.
You come to us with a license, a phone, a car, a laptop, work ethic and personality, and your businesses can grow from there.
the foundation, the leads, the leadership. I feel like the leadership here is great at Health Markets, and I'm very happy to be here. It's a great opportunity for any individual that would like to be in sales.
Do not minimize the power of the collective. When one has an issue, we all work on it and we figure it out. And that was something that was unique to me, to be in a room where everybody's competitive, but yet Health Market structure is such that you encourage and help each other. Through the lead system they have, there's no competition. As a matter of fact, probably double agents and still not satisfy the need that today's consumer has for accurate health insurance information. There's no concern on any of our part. As a matter of fact, we just can't get to all the clients. So come on in, the water's fine.
It's your choice how you want to take your business, where you want to do it, how you want to grow it. It's your baby. Health Markets has unlimited resources. I worked at many jobs before where they didn't have the resources that I needed to be as successful as I would like to be. At Health Markets, I call it a mini franchise. All you have to do is plug and play. It's all there for you, from leads to websites to Facebook to training. You can do your whole career and learn everything you ever needed to learn right there from our resource center.
I find a lot of gratitude in this job because I'm able to, on a daily basis, help individuals. The money that I'm able to save their families and the protection that I'm able to give them has been very rewarding for me personally, because I have a huge heart towards helping and serving others, and this job definitely has given me the opportunity to meet that need for myself in serving them and taking care of their families.
I like to say that we cover you from head to toe, including your eyes and teeth, without costing you an arm and a leg. That's the Health Markets difference.
I don't think that eating disorder clicked in our head at any point in time. We just knew that something was wrong. We saw you withdraw, almost go into a closet and hide. We knew we had to go and seek help.
Eating disorders are serious, life-threatening illnesses, but recovery is possible. Visit nationaleatingdisorders.org for help and hope.
Treatment to me is the key to recovery.
I love you, and you're worth it.
Well, it's a 5-1 lead for the North Carolina Tar Heels after 40 minutes. Chris Lehman back with you at the Orange County Sportsplex. And I want to talk about really the major differences that we saw in that period for the Tar Heels as opposed to that first period. We've talked about it plenty. Virginia Tech, a really impressive first 20 minutes. Biggest problem for them is they weren't able to capitalize on it and get anything out of it. So the Tar Heels weathered the storm nicely. I think you could start to see Virginia Tech, for lack of a better term, kind of break in that second period. I think the legs are starting to go on them a little bit. You know, a very quick turnaround, as we've mentioned, some travel to deal with as well, and that's going to wear on you. And you could tell North Carolina started to get more clean looks through the neutral zone. It allowed them to get into the offensive zone and set up. It allowed them to get the forecheck rolling as well. And the script really flipped in that second 20 minutes. It went to the Tar Heels really controlling the pace of play. They didn't give a lot to Virginia Tech other than a couple of power plays, and that's really the thing we're going to have to keep an eye on heading into the third period. The only thing you can talk about maybe being a bit of an issue for North Carolina is they did take a few penalties in that second period and gave Virginia Tech a little bit of life with that goal. Now, they did a good job coming back and responding with another goal of their own, but they're going to have to kill off an extra 2 minutes. We, of course, talked with the guilty party, Florian Zajic, there just a moment ago. And like he said, you got to protect your goaltender. You can't let a team just do whatever they want in front of the net. So not necessarily the worst penalty to take, but the timing, I would say head coach Jeff Volkman maybe not totally pleased with the timing of it, as they'll have to kill off a little bit more as they start the second period. We're going to step aside again here at the Orange County Sportsplex. We'll come back and talk a little bit about the adjustments, if any, that the Tar Heels need to make headed to the final period. It's 5-1 North Carolina over Virginia Tech.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right, because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Each year, hurricanes and major flooding threaten cities, towns, and rural homes across the Gulf states. So chances are there will be more storms and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's all good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking. Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Whatever gets you talking. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's all good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking. Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Whatever gets you talking. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
From the top of D.H. Hill Library.
Don Diablo. Oh yeah, this is actually like in my studio.
WKNC HD3 Raleigh.
Hey, what's up and what's going on, folks? It's Kid Kinetic, your boy, up here at the top of the hour. And guess what I got? A treat that's too sweet to beat.
This is Wolf Bites Radio.
Oh, that's really sweet.
NC State.
Dear moms and dads, we know it's not always been easy, and it's been a lot of hard work. What you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
Everything I do it for you.
Mom, love you all.
No, it's true. Everything I do it for
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Those 9 months were also 273 days of planning. What about your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. And let's not forget those barbecues you plan in detail for your family and your more vegetarian by the day best friends. That surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
"40 minutes down, 20 to go here at the Orange County Sportsplex in Hillsborough, North Carolina. Tar Heels with a 5-1 advantage over Virginia Tech as we head to the final period. But the Hokies will have 3 seconds of a 5-on-3, and then after that, a minute and 55 of extra power play time. Now, that 3 seconds doesn't seem like a lot. It could be just enough for Virginia Tech to make something happen, not necessarily to keep that 5-on-4 power play with a goal, but you have that extra 3 seconds to get down and get set up before the Tar Heels get the fourth man back onto the ice. So an important start to this period for North Carolina. Probably not going to have too much trouble keeping Virginia Tech off the board for the 5-on-3, but there is the potential to get set up and really make things dangerous if you're the Hokies at the start of this period. So that power play is going to be something to keep an eye on as we start this period. If the Hokies can get one and get some momentum, they could make things interesting here in the final 20 minutes. But if you're the Tar Heels, you just want to make sure you play a good, solid, clean, well-executed final period. Doesn't have to be offensively charged like it was in the second period, but I think most importantly, we've talked about the penalties. If you're the Tar Heels, you got to avoid some of those extracurriculars, because I think the best chance for Virginia Tech, I know we've harped on it a lot, but having a short turnaround, they're not going to have quite as much gas in the tank here in the third period. The best way for them to get back in this game is to draw penalties and get some chances on the power play. We're about set to go. Again, 3 seconds of 5-on-3, and then another minute 55 after that on the penalty to Florian Zajic of the Tar Heels. They'll get it deep, and the Tar Heels will get their extra man back, and it becomes a 5-on-4. Miles Walther looking cross ice, able to locate a teammate, dropped off for Tullo, looking to carry it in. He's dispossessed. Henry Foster chips it up and out. Leads the team with 5 shorthanded goals. He's going to walk in for a chance. There's number 6. Big shot from Henry Foster. Tar Heels score shorthanded, and it's 6-1. Well, it only took 26 seconds for North Carolina to add to the lead. And this one should be unassisted for Henry Foster. But what a finish for the Tar Heel captain. North Carolina sends it deep off the draw. It'll trickle back behind the Hokie net. Collected by Lanigan. Back across to Peduzzi on the near side. He'll look up the middle with speed. It's grabbed by Lanigan. He'll carry it in. Stops up on the far wall. Back to the blue line. Peduzzi. They'll set up the power play now. Down low. Pass to the middle. Mudge couldn't get a tip on it. And the Tar Heels clear it out once again. Back behind Ian Key in the Virginia Tech net. About a minute gone in the period. A minute left on the power play for Virginia Tech. Peduzzi down the right wing. He'll carry it in. Cuts to the middle. Backhand pass. Loose in front. There's a Hokie in the net. Lots of traffic. And they score. Joel Hughes not happy with the Hokie in the net, coming in out of control. And I think they're going to talk about whether or not this goal is going to count. It was initially signaled by the official behind the net. We'll see if it holds. And it looks like, well, no, they're still over at the scorer's table. And there is, that little semicircle over there. The players have to stay out of it to give the officials room to discuss this without any comments from the peanut gallery. But they'll talk about whether or not Hughes was prevented from stopping the puck there. 18:52 to go in the game. Right now, scoreboard still says 6-1 while we wait for them to confirm whether we have a good goal or not. If it's good, the power play ends. If not, there's still 51 seconds for the Hokies. This faceoff going to come to center ice. Zajic will come out of the box. So it will be another power play goal for Virginia Tech, who's now 2 for 4 on the man advantage. But it only took them 40 seconds to respond. 6-2 now the score. Back to 5-on-5 hockey here at Orange County Sportsplex. Tar Heels looking to control up the ice. Can't clear though. Good pressure here from the Hokies. Fantozzi looking to the middle. Can't connect with anyone, and the Tar Heels will send it all the way down, and that's going to be icing. 18:31 to go. Already an eventful third period. Haven't even played 2 minutes. We've already seen 2 pucks in the back of the net, and it looks like we've got another injured Tar Heel. We did hear Simon Malone done for the evening with the potential concussion. Walsh now will be escorted off the ice by the Tar Heels trainer. And he, at least coming off the bench, looked like he was grabbing at one of his shoulders. So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll talk to head coach Jeff Volkman after the game. Might be able to get an update from the head coach. But that's 2 bodies down for the Tar Heels right out of the gate to start the new year in this first game since back in November. Virginia Tech will keep the pressure on. Fantozzi to the middle. Chance here, backhanded right into the gut of Hughes. He'll hold on for another faceoff. .18:21 on the third period clock. Another offensive zone faceoff for the Hokies here. Vaglia to take the draw, not going to be able to win it against Rocco Salvato. Virginia Tech will set up on offense. Loose puck along the half wall far side. Ives trying to force it out of the zone and can't. It's sent right back behind the UNC net. Perry Winfrey gets it caught in his skates. Takes a hit as he knocks it up the boards. Can't clear. Another chance for Virginia Tech. Loose in front. Hughes able to steer it away. And North Carolina again trying to clear. This time they will. And once again, it will be icing. Again, a good effort here from Virginia Tech, especially considering the fact that they fell behind on a shorthanded goal by 5 to start this period. It's been a great pushback since. Face off to the stick side of Hughes once more. Squirts loose to Zajic, who will lift it up and out. Here's a foot race to the puck. In on goal, and Key has no choice but to freeze it for the Hokies. Well played there by Zajic. He gave Q and Doig a chance to get to it, but he did trickle it in on goal to avoid a third icing call. And now the Tar Heels, some tired bodies after those couple of icings, able to get a full change here. Hogan to take the draw for North Carolina up against Matt Tullo. Virginia Tech able to lift it up and out. Off the draw. Winfrey got a glove to it, but still has to chase it down. He's going to be knocked off the puck in the corner. Pulls down his man, and another penalty on North Carolina. You can see that one from the other end of the ice. A hooking penalty will go against Winfrey, and that's going to be his second trip to the box here tonight. He had a holding penalty late in the second period. And it looks like he's pointing. He's got somebody jawing at him. He's pointing at the scoreboard on the way to the box. 17:34 to go in the third, but this is what we talked about. The best way to let Virginia Tech back into this game is to start taking penalties. That is the first penalty of the period, but really the second just about full power play for Virginia Tech here in the third, and we're not even 3 minutes in. They'll go to work setting up. Along the half wall, Conrad gets it back from Walther. Throws it around the wall Collected again by Walther. Down the wall for Hathaway. Looking for a quick give and go off the goal line. Turning around in front. Couple stuff chances for Miles Tullo. Unable to get it to go. Tar Heels will clear and change. Walther collects it from Ian Key. He'll pick up some speed. Past Hogan and around O'Shaughnessy as well. Walther chips and chases down behind the UNC net. He'll pin it there, battling with Wills Kendrick Holmes and Brian Hogan of North Carolina. Hokies able to maintain control. Conrad down into the corner. Cross ice pass, gets to the top of the near circle. Shot save made by Hughes, still loose in front. And the Tar Heels clear again, but we've got another penalty coming up against UNC. And this could potentially be an extended 5-on-3. Whenever the Tar Heels get a touch to it, they will now. And the clock will stop with 16:14 to go. And it's going to be 40 seconds of 5-on-3 here for Virginia Tech. Brian Hogan going to the box. A second penalty on Hogan as well tonight. But this is a golden opportunity for Virginia Tech to make this interesting. They'll control off the draw, 5-on-3. Here's a shot from Lanigan. Deflected in front, rebound, poked just wide. Virginia Tech back in control. Lanigan again, snaps one towards the net, hit a body, and the Tar Heels clear it all the way down. Under 30 seconds to go in this third period as an awkward deflection there for Key. It trickled out in front of his own net. Nobody there. Here's Masuro, captain of this Virginia Tech team. Looking things over as the quarterback on the power play. Lanigan over to Peduzzi, who one times went up over the goal, and it'll rattle around the boards and all the way down. Pressure here from Patrick O'Shaughnessy. He'll actually win the race to the puck in the near corner. Power play, or the 5-on-3 rather, is over. 1:15 to go on the man advantage for Virginia Tech. Up the middle, Kellogg forces it deep, chases it down far corner, pokes it behind the net. It's slapped right back up the wall by the Tar Heel penalty kill. Peduzzi holds the zone for Virginia Tech. Give and go with Lanigan. Peduzzi wrists it behind the net. Tar Heels slap it up the wall, and it'll be poked all the way out by Henry Foster. He's already got one shorthanded goal here this period. He's going to be whipped down, and we're going to have another penalty. This time, Virginia Tech headed to the box. It's going to be Thao Lanigan. Good hustle there from Foster. That'll effectively end the power play for Virginia Tech. And when we've seen this game get a little bit more physical as the game is worn on. Not too surprising to see these penalties. So 47 seconds of 4-on-4. Then North Carolina will have 1:13 on the power play. They'll hold the zone off the draw. Thrown behind the net by Zajic. Wraps all the way around the wall to be collected by Rocco Salvato, who scoops it out into neutral ice. Tar Heels turn it right back. Turned over to Ben List, going D to D with Matt Veneri. Forced behind his own net. Back to List. 24 seconds left on the UNC penalty to Brian Hogan. And then it'll be a power play for a little over a minute for UNC. 14.5 minutes to go in the game. Comfortable 4-goal lead. That could change here as a turnover turns into a chance for Peduzzi, but his shot deflected wide. And now it's David Mahan for North Carolina. Sauces one up and out. Virginia Tech back in possession. Ben List sending it deep. Peduzzi will get to it for the Hokies to kill more time. It is now a power play for North Carolina. Virginia Tech clears it up. Masuro in with a shorthanded chance. Nice stick there from Perry Winfrey. Deflects it up and over top. Tar Heels can reset the power play. Down under a minute left on the holding penalty. Lots of space up the middle. Winfrey walks it in. Chips it deep. Kozowski bodied into the boards. Conrad slaps it around but not out. Deflected to Nick Masuro. He lifts it up. Peduzzi kicks it along and he'll chase after it down the right wing. Gavin Peduzzi with the shot off the pipe and out of play. Couple of shorthanded chances for Virginia Tech here. Unable to find the back of the net, though. Down to 25 seconds left on the power play for North Carolina. 13:25 to go in the game. Face-off to the right of Joel Hughes. If you're North Carolina, you got to win this draw. One, to give yourself another chance on the power play, but also Virginia Tech, since giving up that 6th goal early on in this 3rd period, have started to carry the play once again. Ziyech off the draw for North Carolina, finds Friedman. Centers it for Saboden. He'll carry it in. Backhands it back up for Ziyech along the wall. He'll walk it down to the corner, looking for some help. Now down to Saboden. Power play coming to a close. Cross-ice pass, misses Friedman. Tar Heels keep the zone. Gleason down for Saboden. Back to 5-on-5 hockey now as the Tar Heels come up empty on the power play. Gleason's shot patted away by Key, and they can't steer the rebound on goal. Friedman had a chance, but he got tied up, and now Virginia Tech will break it up and out. Miles Walther under pressure from Gleason into the near corner. You see it up close. Backhanded back beneath the goal line. Forced behind the net by Matt Tullo. He'll be rubbed out. Tar Heels back in possession. Saboden up that far wall. Pinned there by Walther. 4-man scrum ensues. Hathaway in there for Virginia Tech as well. Friedman helping out for the Tar Heels. Saboden comes away with the loose puck. Moves it forward for David Mahan. Looking to the middle off the skate of Friedman. Bouncing puck loose in the Virginia Tech end. Mahan first to it. Carries it into the far corner. He'll be knocked off the puck. And again, Virginia Tech clears. Ives holding up at the blue line, waiting for his teammates to tag up. Now he'll carry it in. Leaves it for Vaglia. His shot deflects off a stick and wide. Back out in front off the end boards, and Key has to be Johnny on the spot there. He'll cover up for another draw. A little over 8 minutes gone now in this 3rd period. Both teams with a goal. We've seen a combined 4 power plays for these teams, some of them abbreviated. But things still heating up even with a 4-goal lead for the Tar Heels. One-timer high off the draw from Miglior. Tar Heels have to retreat as it skitters out of the zone. Through the neutral zone now, it's Salvato carrying it in. Backhand shot, he scores! He beats Hughes short side. Virginia Tech won't go away. It's 6-3. Great finish there from Rocco Salvato. And if you're the Tar Heels here, you just cannot let up. Virginia Tech, despite the short turnaround, despite being down by 4 to start the period and then 5 after a shorthanded goal, continuing to fight back. Center ice draw to restart play. Hokies will control. It's Trevor Kellogg. Has some space, gains the red line, and sends it in. First to it for North Carolina is Ziyech. He'll absorb a hit and send it behind to his D partner, Perry Winfrey. Henry Foster trying to sidestep a defender and get out. Unsuccessful. Virginia Tech sends it back below the goal line. It'll be kicked along behind the net. Ziyech there for the Tar Heels. He finds Friedman. Backhanded forward for Foster. He's got a man with speed. It's Hogan behind the defense, cutting to the net, and a save made by Key. Well played by the defenseman as well, Tommy Conrad, who disrupted that chance for Brian Hogan. Tar Heels resetting their own end. Winfrey. Cross ice, it'll be deflected deep. UNC needs a change. One forward fresh off the bench is Patrick O'Shaughnessy on the forecheck here. Centering pass intended for Kozowski, stolen away. Here's Paduzzi. Going 1-on-2, wrist shot. And Hughes will deflect it up and out of play. Might not have gotten to him. And a face-off in front of the Tar Heel net here. Off the draw, Virginia Tech wins it into the corner. Paduzzi controls to Masuro, but hops his stick, and now the Tar Heels have a chance to bring it out. Saboden down the right wing, fires one on goal. Rebound loose in the low slot. O'Shaughnessy tied up. Tar Heels still in control. Again a chance. That one hit a body on the way through. Saboden couldn't find the net. Sacrificing the body was Arthur Sang there for the Hokies. Back the other way for Virginia Tech now. Paduzzi pounds one off the pad of Joel Hughes. And again, North Carolina a chance to break it out. Broken play, though. Aren't able to control and neutral ice. Masuro sends it deep for Virginia Tech again. Recollected by Jack Gleason. He's got space up the near left wing. Shovels it deep. This one's not going to be icing, so Virginia Tech's got to play it. Good pressure behind the net from Saboden. Stepping past him, though, is Lanigan. He'll clear it out. Right back to the Tar Heel defense. Miglior to Kendrick Holmes. He turns away, knocked into the boards, and another penalty. This time, Virginia Tech going off. It'll be boarding. I think the Hokies would argue that Holmes maybe turned at the last second, but they are going to get called, and it will be a power play for North Carolina with 9:44 to go in the game. Miles Walther for boarding. Faceoff comes down into the Virginia Tech end. O'Shaughnessy to take the draw, flanked by Hogan and Foster. Kozowski out there as a forward on defense here on the power play unit. Winfrey, the lone defenseman, will receive the draw from O'Shaughnessy. Back to the top of the near circle. O'Shaughnessy shot, knocked down as he takes it. It'll ring around the boards and all the way out as it missed wide. Winfrey collects at his own blue line. Looks back to the near side for O'Shaughnessy. He'll tip it in and go after it. Knocked off the puck there by Matt Veneri. Tar Heels able to hold the zone and get the power play set up again. 9:20 left in the game, a little over a minute and a half on the man advantage. Hogan back up top for Winfrey. Time and space. Over to O'Shaughnessy, who deflected it just wide. He's already got two. That would have been the Hattie for the freshman. Kozowski, rink wide for Hogan. One touch back to Winfrey. Now Kozowski looking to the middle. That bouncing puck will slide all the way out, and the Tar Heels unable to maintain the offensive zone. They'll have to check up and go at it again. 1:12 left on the power play. Pass to the middle, O'Shaughnessy. Bouncing puck rolls off his stick. Griffin Mudge will turn around and send it the length of the ice. Hughes out to play it, trying to take advantage of the full change for the Hokie penalty kill as Foster receives the pass up the ice, able to break it into the zone. Cross-ice pass intended for Saboden, who caught an edge. Tar Heels still in possession. Foster, nice move to the middle. He'll turn with it, throws it at the net, and it whistles wide. Back up to the point. One-timer from Gleason. Hit a stick and popped up in the air. Comes down in the high slot. Saboden battling for it. He'll be knocked off the puck as it's sent out in the neutral ice by Trevor Kellogg. Here's a shorthanded chance potentially for Nick Masuro. He'll carry it into the near corner and lose it. 8:14 to go in the game now. Under 30 seconds left on the Tar Heel power play. A little bit of a sloppy break out there. They'll turn it over. Conrad backhands it back to the Tar Heel end. Here's Zajic carrying in for North Carolina. Has his shot deflected wide. Coming off the stick of Trevor Kellogg. Big hit at the blue line as Friedman's knocked down. Down to 10 seconds left on the power play now for North Carolina. Here comes Mahan. Steps around to check. Sends it to the goal. Steered away by Key. And that's probably going to do it for the power play. Another shot blocked, and now a break for for the Virginia Tech Hokies. It's Walther right out of the box to the net, and a big save made by Hughes. Good chance coming out of the box there for Miles Walther. Tar Heel's going to put pressure on again. Retreating all the way back behind his own net, Trevor Kellogg. Button hooks in the corner, sends it off the wall and out. This will go the length of the ice. And the Tar Heel's going to be beat to it, no icing. Pass out in front. Good look there for Matt Tullo, but it's stolen away. Tar Heels can't clear. Sent back in, Florian Zajic. Cross-ice pass for Friedman. He'll headman it, deflected away, and in comes Miles Walther again. Chips it in on goal, and it'll trickle in to Joel Hughes, who covers up for a faceoff. Nice little sequence there from both sides. Some good chances on the man advantage for North Carolina. Really couldn't get anything on goal, though, and then kind of an unfortunate deflection for North Carolina after the penalty ended. Walther, right out of the box, had a block shot deflected to him. Joel Hughes was up to the task, though. That would have made things really interesting. Would have been 3 unanswered goals from Virginia Tech to make it a 2-goal game with still plenty of time. And again, still time. On just under 7 minutes to go. Hokies with all the pressure right now. Pass across the crease. Nobody there in a burgundy jersey. Slapped right back in by Seng. And Virginia Tech continuing on the offensive end of the ice. Loose in the high slot. Steered up and out in the neutral ice. Tar Heels will collect and bring it in. Here's a chance. Wrist shot. Knocked down by the glove of Key. And another rebound chance from Q. And Doig is steered away. Couple of really good chances on that break for North Carolina. Back to the chip and chase for Virginia Tech. Kendrick Holmes sends it around the wall. Held in at the blue line again by the Hokies. Steered towards the net, off of a Tar Heel and out into neutral ice. Virginia Tech with a quick transition back the other way, trying to catch the Tar Heels changing. Here's a big slapper from the top of the near circle. Hughes up to it again. North Carolina, though they've had a lot of time in their defensive zone, have done a fairly good job of keeping Virginia Tech to the outside. And when they haven't, Joel Hughes has come up pretty big in the last few minutes. Under 6 to play now. Hokies continuing to pressure. They're not going to go away until the clock is at 0. Now we've got a touch up, and it looks like, I believe we have either a hand pass or a high stick that drew that whistle. But it will stay in the UNC end here. Tar Heels clear. Chipped into neutral ice by Foster. He'll pester the Virginia Tech defense, who sends it back up in front of their own bench. North Carolina back in possession. D-to-D pass in the skates of Florian Zajic. He'll chase it down in the near corner, shovels it around. Sent along by the Tar Heel defense. A little bit slow getting out, but they're able to lift it up and out. Here's a foot race for it. Friedman with Valeri. Good hit from Friedman. Can't knock him off the puck, though, and Virginia Tech breaks back out. Missed Masuro on the pass, though. Tar Heel defense will turn it back. Pass through the middle. Taken away by Gavin Peduzzi. Steps around the defenseman Zajic. Has to chase the puck back down. Sends it to the middle, and a one-time chance went wide. Second try. Couldn't get to the net either. Virginia Tech has the Tar Heels out of position. Couple quick chances, and another one deflects wide and into the near corner. Hokies back to work, though. D-to-D pass. Working with it, Valeri. His soft wrister blocked down, but not cleared. Virginia Tech back in possession. It's Hathaway looking to the middle. Kicked into the corner by North Carolina. Now they have a chance to breathe, and they'll get it up and out. Hokie D back at their own blue line, so they'll prevent an icing play here. And now Hathaway carries it in. Quick wrist shot. Joel Hughes bodies it down, and he'll hold on for another faceoff. 4:19 to go in this one. Virginia Tech, a lot of pressure again here in this third period. And while it has translated into a couple more goals here in the third than it did in the first, still not quite enough. They're going to need a few quick ones here as we're down under 5 minutes. Gleason in control for North Carolina off the faceoff. Breakout pass disrupted. Tar Heels have to reset. They'll go cross ice to the near left wing. Space to carry it out. Back over to the other side. O'Shaughnessy first to the loose puck. Trying to stop with it. Lost the handle. Virginia Tech now carries it the other way. Up the middle goes Matt Tullo. He'll leave it for Walther. Down the right wing. Threw it off a defenseman and into the netting. Jack Gleason, good positioning there defensively for North Carolina. And another face-off over by Joel Hughes. Just under 4 minutes to play now. Tar Heels, pretty solid performance today, even though I would say for most of the 5-on-5 play outside of the first or the second period, Virginia Tech has controlled play. Tar Heels, though, taking advantage. They're going to go shorthanded again. A cross check coming up on David Mahan as he got the stick up into the grill of Thal Lanigan. Easy call for the official right here in front of us. And again, this was the one thing that we said UNC wanted to avoid. Now, Virginia Tech hasn't quite made them pay for it enough, but UNC continuing to leave the door open just a little bit every time they go shorthanded. So Mahan to the box. This will be the fourth power play of the third period for Virginia Tech. At this point, they're 2 of 5 on the game. Really could use one here. They'll get set up off the faceoff. Walther, left point. D-to-D with it. Still looking for a shooting lane. Shot gets caught in traffic. Tar Heels get a stick to it. It's back into the neutral zone. Hokies have to reset again. Lanigan picks up some speed and carries it in. He'll be bodied off the puck. Tar Heels send it the length of the ice. Virginia Tech does have an empty net. So worth noting, this is really a two-man advantage, 6-on-4 with the empty net. Risky pass there, collected by Trevor Kellogg. He'll look to the near side for Peduzzi, who lugs it in. Back to the middle, top of the near circle. Masuro sidesteps a check, throws one at the net, and it whistles high and off the glass. He'll hold the zone at the blue line far side, though. Down the wall, he's got Peduzzi. Sends it to the middle, loose in front. They'll shove away at it, and Hughes able to keep it out. Whistle finally goes as the net comes off its moorings. With 1:09 left on the UNC penalty and 2:44 left in the game. Line changes on both sides after they sort things out. Looks like O'Shaughnessy will take the draw for the Tar Heels. Wins it backwards. Virginia Tech able to get to it first, though. Conrad at the blue line. Looking over for Tullo along the wall. He's denied. Tar Heels clear once again. 2.5 to go in the game. 55 on the power play. Again, it is a 6-on-4 with the empty net for Virginia Tech. Oh, Mangle almost forced a turnover and had a stuff in. But Virginia Tech will escape. Out comes Rocco Salvato. Had that beautiful goal earlier this period. He'll force his way behind the UNC net. Getting some help there from Tullo. Across to the far circle. Quick shot. Hughes able to handle it and hold on. Down to 31 seconds on the power play. 2:06 to go in the game. Tar Heels again in their defensive end have done a really, really good job. There have been a couple of chances for Virginia Tech where they're able to get into the slot area. But for the most part, they're being held up at the blue line and along the walls and behind the net. Very good job by North Carolina, even when they haven't been able to clear the zone. Conrad with a shot. Hit a stick on the way through, deflects into the far corner. Hokies back in possession. Conrad has it hop his stick. Maybe a chance here for the Tar Heels to take advantage. He'll force it forward. Virginia Tech has the reinforcements, but now the Tar Heels steer it along. Kozowski's shot hits a stick and deflects wide. Down to under 10 seconds left on the power play. Under 2 minutes to go in the game. Rink-wide stretch pass intended for Tullo again, and it goes the length of the ice for an icing call. That'll effectively kill the rest of the penalty. There are 2 seconds left, but we're also looking at Virginia Tech having to bring Ian Key back into the net. So they'll have to go back to 5 skaters. Looks like the Hokies have called a timeout. And again, I've said it a couple times, but a lot of credit to this Virginia Tech team. You play Wake Forest last night at 10:15. Probably don't get back to your hotel in Winston-Salem until somewhere around midnight, maybe a little after. Then you get up, you have a 5:15 start here in Hillsborough. So you get a decent amount of sleep, but probably not a full night's sleep for these guys. Then you turn around and have to drive an hour here to Hillsborough. They've done a good job. I haven't really seen it. It felt like they didn't quite have their legs in that second period, but other than that, they have looked really, really good. In fact, they've outscored UNC, or actually have matched UNC in the first and third periods in terms of goal scoring. And again, I'll say it one more time, Virginia Tech, especially at 5-on-5, and they've done a good job, though they haven't scored on the power play. They have controlled play 5-on-5 outside of that second period where it felt like the Tar Heels really carried play. Virginia Tech has controlled most of the play. I think you got to give a lot of credit to Joel Hughes making some big saves in net when they're needed, but also to the Tar Heels' defensive effort in their own end to keep Virginia Tech, for the most part, out of those high-danger areas. So 2 seconds left on the penalty for the Tar Heels. They'll control off the draw. That finishes off the man advantage. We're back to 5-on-5 until Ian Key, if they elect to, can get out of the net. Chance in close for Saboden. Frozen by Key after he makes the save with 1:26 to go. Off the draw, Tar Heels steer it into the far corner, sent right back out by Trevor Kellogg. It'll be a foot race. Gleason first to it for North Carolina. Slaps it around the wall, furthered along and out as the net is empty again for Virginia Tech. Key to the bench. Hokies trying to force it down the wall in front of the benches. Tar Heels respond by sending it the length of the ice. This one's going to have enough for icing. And North Carolina's bench with their hands in the air is Well, the whistle maybe came a little bit early. Vaglia just about beat Masuro to that puck. It will be icing, though. Offensive zone faceoff for Virginia Tech with 1 minute and 2 seconds to play. It'll be on the glove side of Hughes. Vaglia to take the draw for the Tar Heels, but Peduzzi wins it for Virginia Tech. Pass to the middle, shut down. Still loose along the goal line, slapped towards the net. Didn't look like he got through, and now Kozowski sends it the length of the ice. This will be icing again on North Carolina. I think with a 3-goal lead and for the most part fresh bodies on the ice, North Carolina is okay with just not risking a bad breakout and sending it the length of the ice for another faceoff. 47.8 seconds to go. Tar Heels are going to call their timeout now to preserve some energy. We mentioned it earlier on in the broadcast, but with the time we have now, we'll say it again. North Carolina back in action tomorrow. We talked about Virginia Tech had the quick turnaround last night after beating Wake Forest. They will actually make the trip back to Virginia Tech tonight after this game. Though for North Carolina, early start tomorrow. It is an 11 a.m. puck drop from the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Annex. And we do know Tar Heels will put Lucas Brown, the freshman, in net tomorrow. Give Joel Hughes the day off. He deserves it. Great performance from the UNC goaltender tonight. Virginia Tech continuing to pressure with the net empty. Down to 37 seconds left. They'll work behind the net. Masuro sends it back to the blue line. Hathaway looking for a shooting lane. Finds it. Rebound loose in front. The hack and whack at it. And Hughes will shut it down on the near post with 27.4 left on the clock. Another good effort from Joel Hughes to find that puck. There was a lot of traffic in front. Definitely helps when you have the length that Hughes has. He can take up a lot of the net without having to do too much. But again, just good eyes to find that puck through traffic. Virginia Tech wins the draw. A diving Hathaway unable to hold the zone. Hokies will reset with 20 seconds to go. Hathaway down the right wing. He'll carry it into the offensive zone. Looking to send it back up the boards. Masuro forcing it in deep. They'll battle for it in the near corner. You get a look at it up close. Hathaway again. Shovels it along, getting some help from Griffin Mudge as well. Brian Hogan in there with Florian Zajic pressuring for North Carolina. Quick shot from the far wall. Hughes makes the save, and that will finish off this hockey game. Tar Heels on the back of a 4-goal second period take down the Virginia Tech Hokies in the rubber match here this season. A 6-3 win for North Carolina. We'll step aside for a moment. We come back. We'll talk about how this game went. We'll look forward to the game against Wake Forest tomorrow, and we'll have a quick chat with head coach Jeff Volkman. Again, the final count here at the Orange County Sportsplex is UNC 6, Virginia Tech 3.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
Well, it was a big victory for the Tar Heels coming back out of the winter break as they pick up a 6-3 victory over the Virginia Tech Hokies. Chris Lehman with you after the fact here at the Orange County Sportsplex. Good effort from the Hokies overall. I think they did a good job on a quick turnaround of putting a lot of pressure on North Carolina, but the Tar Heels do a great job defensively. As I mentioned, they keep Virginia Tech, when they're in the offensive zone for the most part, to the outside. Didn't give them a lot of grade A chances, and just about all the grade A chances they had, Joel Hughes was able to shut down. A great game from the Tar Heel netminder here tonight. I think that's a big reason that UNC comes away with the win. He keeps them in it and ahead in that first period, and then the Tar Heels explode for 4 goals in period number 2. Certainly helped by that shorthanded goal early in the third as well. So a good start to the 2023 calendar year for North Carolina, but as I mentioned, it'll be a very quick turnaround for the Tar Heels in the 11 a.m. puck drop tomorrow in Wake Forest. We're waiting on head coach Jeff Volkman of the Tar Heels to join us, so we'll step aside for one more moment. We'll come back to talk to Coach Volkman and wrap things up here at the Orange County Sportsplex.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What?
I can't drive.
Why? My. Oh.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Dear moms and dads, we know it's not always been easy, and it's been a lot of hard work. What you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
Everything I do it for you.
Mom, love you always.
No, it's true. Everything I do it for
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Those 9 months were also 273 days of planning. What about your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. And let's not forget those barbecues you plan in detail for your family and your more vegetarian by the day best friends. That surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
In Hillsborough, North Carolina, Chris Lehman with you post-game. Unfortunately, unable to get a hold of head coach Jeff Volkman here, so we'll wrap things up. Again, a great win from the Tar Heels tonight, 6-3 victory over the Virginia Tech Hokies as they take the third and final game, winning the season series 2-1. But again, a lot of credit to Joel Hughes keeping the game scoreless early in that first period. Tar Heels able to take the lead. He's able to hold on to that lead for them through the final about 8 minutes after they got that lead. He made some big saves in the third period when the Tar Heels were under pressure again, and just did a good job of holding down the fort, back behind everybody, and allowing the guys up front to do what they do best and put the puck in the back of the net. So again, a short turnaround. Tar Heels will be in Winston-Salem to take on the Wake Forest Demon Deacons tomorrow. But for now, that's all we have for you here at the Orange County Sportsplex. Again, the final count is the North Carolina Tar Heels 6, the Virginia Tech Hokies 3.